What's going on, guys? It's Creator here back for a new episode of This Week in Wrestling. We are on episode 9 here. I'm with my co-host, Ron. What's up, Ron?
What's going on? As you can probably tell, I'm very injured today. I had a rough thing last night. I had a match between me and a poster I was trying to put up on my wall, and as I was stretching to put the finishing touches on the poster, apparently I pulled my muscle in my lower back. So that's been my whole Saturday.
So I guess you can say the poster put you over.
Yeah, he put me over.
Or you put the poster over. I should say reverse.
I mean, it was a complete continue. It was interference by Icy Hot and his tag team partner Advil, and that was just okay. We'll have the match later on. But now I'm here. I'm here. I'm going on. I got my pillow. Leave me right here, so hopefully I can be a little more relaxed. But other than that, I'm good.
Well, yeah, hopefully your back dude works out, man. Hopefully it gets better. But before we actually start like our regular podcast, obviously, this is a wrestling podcast. Despite popular belief, we do have live. So just changing up a little bit. Ron, how was your week?
Well, other than the back injury, I've actually been fine. I know here and there I'm just like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, stuff like that. Just other than that, I'm just been doing fine, working, living. I haven't seen Guardians yet. I'm probably gonna see that next week. I usually like to wait till after people crowd the movie theater so I can see it by myself talking, so I won't punch them in the throat. And yeah,
I mean, like, do people like actually? Last time I actually been in a movie theater was like I'll say April or May of last year. I actually went to movie theater. Usually I just watch my stuff illegally online. So like, do people actually talk in movie theaters like nowadays?
It could be annoying. It really can. Like I went to see Power. The last movie I went to go see in the movie theater was Power Rangers. And
how was that? How was it actually?
Me personally, I liked the movie. I did have one bit of a problem, but it's like something I can overlook. But it's the fact of like I'm sitting here, I'm trying to watch this movie. I can deal with the chants and the woos and clapping and laughing, stuff like that. But when someone's trying to have a conversation with you, or if someone in back of me is trying to have a conversation with someone else, I want to choke them because it's like just shut the fuck up. Hold your questions after the movie is done. Stop it. I'm trying to watch this as much as you are. We're not going to get anything known if you keep talking. And there was this one guy that kept talking, and I'm just like, I need to move away from him because if I don't, I'm going to punch him in his throat hard.
He's probably like a really hardcore dedicated fan, or was he one of those people who just asking questions like, why?
He was a hardcore dedicated fan. He was actually talking to my friend about things about Super Sentai that we don't already know. He was pretty much the Power Rangers Super Sentai version of comic book guy.
Yeah, he act like oh yeah, they didn't do this in Sentai.
Yeah, I'm like, I know. Shut up, please. But I mean, I'm fine.
Interesting. Sounds like an interesting week for you. Me, let's see. I mean, besides work, anything else interesting happen? Oh, I mean, even though it's not on my DS, it's just I'm playing this old game known as like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. I don't know if you ever played before, Ron, but I enjoy Mystery Dungeon. It's crazy. I actually enjoy Mystery Dungeon games more than actually like the main games of Pokemon. And it's like for the long, like this is like an old game from the DS. I was just playing it. It's like for the longest, I was trying to recruit. So like the way you had to recruit the legendary Pokemon, you have to beat them, and you have like a certain percentage. It's like for the 3 legendary birds, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, they have a 30% chance rate of getting recruited. So I was playing it, and like after 9, like I had no idea how much time has passed. I was playing it like around like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just playing to see if I could recruit all 3 birds. After only recruiting Zapdos and Articuno, I looked at the time. It was like 5 o'clock. So 4 hours I was on there. 4 hours just trying to recruit 3 fucking birds. I'm almost done. I mean, I'm already done with the game. I'm just on a post game. I'm just trying to collect all the legendary Pokemon. I took 4 fucking hours, and
My,
it's like,
my,
goddamn that.
my question is, how long did your DS last?
Oh no, I had it on the charger the whole time because I
Oh,
knew
okay.
I was probably gonna be on there forever. I just had no idea how much time passed. As I was playing, I was listening to a podcast, and this podcast is like 4 hours long. So it was like I didn't realize I actually went through the whole podcast. So I looked up the time. I was like, oh, okay, 4 hours wasted. Nice. So that was one of my days this week, and yeah, for me, I just found that the only noteworthy.
Oh, and one other thing I did get. My Walmart near me has having a clearance because they're remodeling, and I got this little gem, the old school, because WWE is re-releasing the old school figures
Oh yeah, I did notice that.
and everything, and I got this Ultimate Warrior, thing for $7. It was talked down
That's
from
not bad actually.
it was talked down from 10. I do like it because it does remind me of the older ones like I used to collect. But the one thing I will say that's like different is detail because the boots used to be painted with logos or was it knee pads. The tights used to be painted, stuff like that. So it's like it sort of reminds me of my childhood, but the detailing could have been a tad bit better, but nothing to be, nothing like, oh, I'm not going to buy this. I'm buying it for the nostalgia. I might actually
Oh
get
yeah, of course.
Undertaker later, if anything.
Well, I mean, I know you're a big Ultimate Warrior fan, so you probably definitely enjoy that.
I jumped right on that. He's actually right
Well,
next to
actually,
my. He's actually next to my Akuma Pop. So.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but somebody in the comment section just asked, do you like the new era or the attitude era? So I guess before we start, we answer that question.
Uh, hmm. Well, I'm old. Okay, so as far as what I like, as far as new era or old era, I'm more of the older era because how, in fact, of me being 32 and I grew up in the 90s, so all the character wrestlers, that was some of my things that I like. I'm pretty sure that the right answer, is supposed to be the Attitude Era because we know how WWF
Oh yeah,
will want us to answer. Where no, it's supposed to be the Attitude Era because it had Stone Cold and it had this and ECW and So the best way for me to answer that question is I like wrestling. That's how I usually answer that question because it's there for something like that. There is one answer. There's like one correct answer, even if it's not the answer you like. It's one correct answer to get people to not scream and shout at
exactly.
you.
I know because like this whole beef between like which has the better era. People like either the attitude era or the new era. To me, I'm just a wrestling fan myself too.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
I like wrestling.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Attitude Era, they had their moments. Like, of course, Stone Cold, like they had their like Attitude Era was like the era of like prime. Like wrestling was at, I'm not gonna lie, wrestling was at its peak with the Attitude Era. They're like their all time high. Everybody, like even the casual, not even casual, like normal people in the world, they knew because people in school was wearing the DX shirts and whatnot. Like wrestling was at its peak. But I mean, I grew up. I was born like right before the Attitude Era ended, so like I did see some of the stuff like in part of my childhood. But like since I guess I grew up later in the years, more with the ruthless aggression, and now this era. I mean, like if I had a, I mean, yeah, my pit answer will also be it doesn't matter really. If I had a gun to my head and I had to pick between one or the other, I would probably pick.
If it's the right answer,
Which would probably be the attitude. Yeah, probably the attitude era. I mean,
yeah.
just because Undertaker, he's my favorite superstar. That was his era. Well, he was in multiple eras, but I mean, like the attitude era is probably his main one. So I would pick the attitude era. So yeah.
Yeah, and I like wrestling. Also, I'm on the thing now, and I'm looking at him. At this person, KS WWE, he's asking, "Would you like to be a WWE wrestler?" Yes and no. I actually, when I was younger, I used to train in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It was a school when CCW. Well, I'm sorry, ECW arena, and where before it got the remodel, and some people, and I knew this I knew this going in, so I'm not like one of the naive ones, but some people legit think that, oh, it's so easy to become a WWE wrestler and stuff like that. And I could just walk into the school and I could just train my way and I could be top in 5 years flat. It's not that easy. It's legit.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not that easy. There are so many things you have to go through. Like when you train in wrestling, WWE is so far,
Off
far,
the
far off the map that you have like the first thing you have to do is make yourself known in your city first, and that's if your city has an indie scene. Like lucky for Philadelphia,
mm,
we
we have
have
Chakra.
we have Well, I thought it was Chicago. You hate Chakra. It's not Naruto. It's Chikara.
Oh, Chikara. Oh, I didn't know. I always thought it was Chakra. I never heard of it. But I
But
know Chikara. No, it's a funny story about that, but I'll explain after you
yeah, but like you
get your
like
start.
we have Chikara, we have ECW, we had Ring of Honor, we had all these other like it at the time when I was training, it
Dragon Gate,
felt
was it
like
Dragon Gate over here?
yeah, Dragon Gate. Well, yeah, Dragon Gate had some things here. But they more in California
Uh-huh.
than Japan, but it seemed like when I was training, it felt like there was another new Western organization popping up every 3 months. It's like, hey, here's a flyer for this new thing that's happening. Wait, when did this happen? I never heard of this. What? All right, fine. So, but like, you had to get yourself known here. You had to pay your dues, as they say, here. Hopefully, someone watches you. Hopefully, someone is interested in you to say, I like this guy and I think I could work with him. Now, it's not going to happen sooner than you think. I have a friend. I have a friend. I have a cousin who also wrestles. They've been wrestling in Philadelphia and practically all over America and whatever. They've been doing this for more than 10 years, probably 15, 20 years so far. I won't say that WWE hasn't looked at them, but they probably passed them by. It's like, okay, maybe not him. I'll go for somebody else. They probably haven't went to the tryouts. They probably went to the tryout and it was like, nah, we not what we're looking for right now, and come back in another year or so, see what goes on. So you can't just it's not WWE 2K mode where you can create your character and instantly jump into NST and instantly, a couple
Yeah.
years later you're in the on Raw or Smackdown, then that's when you know you're headlining WrestleMania. It takes a while, years. I mean, look at AJ
AJ
Styles.
Styles. That's my the first
you
thought in my
know,
head was AJ Styles. Took him how many years to finally get the W? It's like
like
it takes a while.
another person, Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
These
Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode, who is
Bobby
now
Roode,
almost it's like all these people who's been doing this for years. Years. They finally
and some
are
of
like
them
getting
have actually been in WWE TV, but that was just
before.
for tryout, and it was just like, all
Exactly.
right, well, we don't really need you right now. Come back in a couple of years.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like they've been doing this for years and now they're finally like I'm glad that's why I'm so glad that people like AJ Styles, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, they all people that are doing this for years. Now they're finally getting the respect that they deserve in WWE because people like TNA, they weren't treating them right. Even though that was pretty much what they grew up. I mean, that's where they got their fan base. At the end of the day, they weren't really treating them right. They weren't really doing anything. Because TNA, they were only bringing back the legends. Like
Yeah,
they rather just rely on the past. And WWE people that they didn't care about and stuff. But yeah, it was just, yeah, I'm just glad that they're getting respect that they deserve.
yeah, but
But no,
it's a
go ahead.
process. That's what it is. It's just a process.
Yeah, so yeah. Before I say anything, if you do have any more questions, KSAE, I will gladly answer them. But we'll do it like segment by segment because we got to get through this stuff.
We're
But
already
yeah,
late as is, so
I know. So it's like no, yeah. So we'll definitely. I do appreciate you even commenting and being part of the show today. So I do appreciate it. But we will get through this segment. So every time you have a question, we'll get through like after like each review of the show that we do. It's like Raw, Payback, whatever. In between, we'll answer your questions, but yeah, I'll just answer yours real quick. So actually around July of Actually, yeah, this past July. I actually was looking into actually becoming a actual wrestler and stuff. I know Shikara, they were having a well, they I think they do it once a month too. But I just noticed on the website they had like this this free training day or whatever, or like wrestling experience, something like that. Just training days. So I actually signed up for it, and I was actually planning on doing it. And even though I did miss it because of I had work that day, I actually do want to be a wrestler. I always wanted to be a wrestler as a kid anyway, but I'm really thinking about it now. Like I'm 20 right now, and it's
you're still in the prime.
Exactly. So it's like this is probably like if I want to do it now and like learn all the stuff I need to learn, I feel like this would probably be the best time to do it. So I'm in the summer. One thing I need to lose some weight. So the main thing I'm gonna do in the summer is definitely like work. I'm gonna at least try to work out and stuff, lose some weight off of this guy. I know wrestling, even though there are some big guys there, they at least have endurance and know how to move around the ring and stuff. So
yeah,
to me, I'd probably gonna need to lose some weight and whatnot, just get my body back in shape. So if I want to actually go through this program and stuff, I know Shikara they have like a program they have for wrestling or just beginners and stuff. I do actually want to be a part of that. So hopefully in the summer. So my goal is actually in the summer to lose some weight and whatnot, and hopefully by the end of this year, maybe just an intro or getting started into trying to become a wrestler or training to become a wrestler. That's probably my goal for this year. But yeah, that's for me. So yes, to answer your question, yes, I am. I do want to become a pro wrestler. Yes, that answer your question. So yeah, so we're good with that. Good. Okay, so before we get to Payback, because this is the main point of the episode,
do we
Payback.
have to talk about Payback?
We just talk about the important parts, the stuff that actually had an impact. Well, before we even talk about that, some breaking news that happened during this week. WWE announced in July for the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. I wonder if you have any insight interest about this one. Yes. Well, I guess that answers the question. So the pay-per-view was originally Bad Blood. It was originally called Bad Blood. It was going to be Raw exclusive pay-per-view, bringing back the old name back in 2004. This past week, they decided to change that. And they decided to call, I'm not making this up, WWE Great Balls of Fire. Yes. Any thoughts, Ron? Yeah. I want, this is one of the situations where it's like I wanted to be in the conference room that day just to see who let this went through, like who allowed this to happen. I wanted to be in the conference room that day.
All right,
and it's
so here's the plan. We're going to change Bad Blood, and we're going to turn it into Great Balls of Fire. That's why Great Balls of Fire? Because I just heard the song on the radio and reminded myself of how much I love the song, and I feel like we could make this to a pay-per-view. I had this thing called iTunes. You ever heard of it? It's amazing. I actually downloaded a whole bunch of albums from back when I was young. And Great Balls of Fire was one of my favorite songs. That's why I'm naming it to a pay-per-view. And then that's for you know, we're going to have WWE's Tutti Frutti.
I mean,
I can't. The thing that gets me about this, and I was talking to my friends last week about it when I went to that party. The thing that really gets me is I can't wait to when they had to start doing the promos for it.
Yes, I mean, my brother was talking about it the whole time, and it's like I want to see how is this going to work. It's like, can you imagine like if Seth Rollins talking? He's like, "Oh, here's Samoa Joe at Great Balls of Fire." It's just, I'm not going to take you seriously. I'm just not.
Like Bray Wyatt and you, Finn Balor, will suffer at Great Balls of Fire. Someone I want to say Vince did this. It's not really even that. Okay, because someone brought it to Vince. Someone said to Vince, "Hey, I wanted to make this into Great Balls of Fire," and someone said yes. Someone. I want to know who. I legit want to know who said yes. I really do.
I want to know myself because it's ridiculous. This is freaking ridiculous. I
Like,
mean, yeah.
I this pay per view better be good. It better
I mean,
be.
it might be good because the main noteworthy other than the name itself is that for the first time since WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, who in case you forgot, he is Universal Champion. I almost forgot for a second.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize till they actually announced it. He will defend his Universal title for the first time since WrestleMania. So for 3 months, he has held this title, and which also confirms that Extreme Rules there will be no Universal title match either. So he held this title for 3 months, and he didn't have to relinquish it, which is funny because Naomi, on the other hand, their excuse for her relinquishing the title was that she couldn't defend it within the 30 days of her contract. And then I'm just saying, okay, but brothers had to defend it for 3 months. What are you smoking, WWE?
It's. I don't know. I don't know if you know the difference here, but it's pretty much plain and simple. Brock Lesnar's white.
I know, but
I don't want to finish that since I'm already might get in trouble.
No, I mean, besides that part, it's just like it just goes to show how much cool fucking Brock Lesnar got.
It's not actually. It's not actually just that. Like I'm not. I'm kidding about that. But yeah, it doesn't really make sense about the fact of, well, if Brock Lesnar can hold the belt as longer than my cousin holding my games, um, then why in the hell didn't? And it's not just for Naomi. It goes for any wrestler. If any wrestler gets injured by the slightest thing, they can't hold a belt on wrestle past 30 days. They have to automatically release it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Brock Lesnar? Are y'all? Excuse me, Mr. Lesnar. Can we have our belt? No. But it's our belt. You mean it's my belt? Yeah, it's your belt. Like he's pretty much Debo.
And just yeah, yeah, I just yeah, but that's the only noteworthy thing. We don't know who his opponent is. So yeah. He will. That's the only official match confirmed. Brock Lesnar will defend his Universal title.
But it still needs to be. It still needs to be damn near good for a pay-per-view to be named Great Balls of Fire. I am expecting it to be like top notch. It's not, especially when you have a pay-per-view like Payback.
Yeah, which we will get into right after this too. Yeah.
Because
I mean, like we'll just breeze through. We'll just say the matches, whether it was good or bad, and then we'll just go through it.
Yeah,
like we'll just say like the result. Like we'll just go right into Raw.
And by the way, I was wrong on fucking everything, wasn't I?
You was actually. Let me pull your predictions. You were.
I'm looking at it right now. I think I was wrong on everything.
Let me see. You were right on 1, 2, 3. You was right on 3 of them.
0. Okay.
Yeah, you was right on 3 of them.
The first 3 matches.
Yeah, you was right on the first 3 matches that you wrote. Yeah, you was right on the first 3 ones.
First 3 matches, I was on the road, and everything just went to shit.
Well, to be fair, the cruiserweight match, I was expecting. You was right, but you probably was expecting that ending.
No, I was actually expecting Neville actually going over again.
Yeah,
somehow. So with like either TJP interfering or something like
I was
that.
expecting, but I did like it, which I'll explain in a bit. So, moving on to Payback. Actually, we'll just breathe through this. It was Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Enzo Amore and Big Cass, they beat Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Nobody cares and it means shit. Your thoughts? Your thoughts, real quick.
You pretty much just said it for me. I was eating dinner. I was eating dinner when that match was going on, so I really didn't watch it.
My only opinion is I don't know what. Again, Gallows and Anderson. You see, if you saw the my review on it, I was on. You see, I guess I was thinking long term for WWE. I thought would be a smart idea would have made Finn Balor go with Miz TV first, and then have like Gallus Anderson come out and say, "So, like, are you with us or not?" Because you was on the opposing team or whatever. And then the kickoff show happens with Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and then Finn Balor actually helps, not like directly helps Gallus and Anderson, but it's like he was like at their ringside just pointing. See, I book long term. Even like this would have made people watch the kickoff show.
All right, with that said, here's I'm gonna help you out with this. Here's what I think is going to happen. Okay, I feel like that's going to happen with Finn Balor and the club getting together.
Mm-hmm.
When it's going to happen, I would say
Before SummerSlam.
No, I won't even say before SummerSlam, because I feel like they have SummerSlam already down as far as like what's going to happen and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Finn's going to win the belts, and then Balor Club might start happening. It might
because I think Gallus Anderson. Yeah, I picture a Raw with Balor Club having all the gold and like
silver.
because Universal title and Raw, and I think maybe somehow Samoa Joe ends up in the club, and he's with the Intercontinental. I picture them all with the titles.
I do see Samoa Joe winning the belt, probably the Intercontinental belt, probably around SummerSlam, maybe after SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a belt around his waist, but but we'll see. But I think Balor Club might happen probably around or after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, I would talk about Finn Balor on Miz TV, but we pretty much just something like nothing really happened. It's typical Miz TV where just Finn Balor kicks him, so not important. Moving on to the actual main card. Again, despite how like the show like ended off poorly, except for the main event near the end, there was actually some like good matches on the show. I will admit that. And starting off with the first match, which I'm debating which was match of the night for me.
I think I had my match of the night. I had my match of the night.
It's like I'm torn between this match and the cruiserweight match for me. But in terms of like, I guess I'll say this: in terms of wrestling, this match was match of the night for me. I'm talking about Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. In shocking events, which they had us all fooled, we all assumed Kevin Owens was going to win the United States title on this night, and we were 100% wrong. Chris Jericho actually beat Kevin Owens to become the United States champion, just making him part of the SmackDown roster. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's exactly when that happened. I'm like, okay, so he's officially going to be on SmackDown when he comes back.
Yes, that's what they were planning this out for.
When he comes back, and then what happened on SmackDown happened on SmackDown.
Exactly. Yeah, I was not expecting this. It was a very good match, back and forth. It was just like again, as I kept saying, this should if y'all didn't want the Universal title off TV, this should have been the program for the Universal title. I will always stick to that. This should have been for the Universal title. This feud should have been for this was Universal title worthy, in my opinion. But hey, shit happens. But I'm just saying, I guarantee, had Goldberg not have come back, these people would have been competing for the Universal title. I'm dead serious. It just makes sense to me.
Like I said earlier, this is what happens when you pre-order a video game.
Yes, exactly. And the next match right there, which again, this in my opinion was the match in terms of storytelling. This was the match of the night in terms of storytelling. Austin Aries versus Neville for Cruiserweight title. Very good match. The ending, I love the ending. I'll explain why in a minute. Basically, what happened was the last Austin Aries put in the last chancery. Neville, he was trying to get to the ropes and he realized he couldn't do it. And he was like, "Oh shit, I'm actually about to lose." And last minute, he realized the referee was right next to him, so he pulled the referee and pulled his shirt and like pretty much dragged him on the other side of him, which was all in disqualification. So Neville is still the Cruiserweight champion, but this is perfect because this gives Austin Aries he has a legit reason why he should still be number one contender because he got screwed over. So what were your thoughts on it?
He pretty much what you just said. I feel like that he is still number one contender, but why I do feel, okay, and this is just a thing. What I still feel is that TJP is going to turn on Austin Aries somehow, some way, and they're going to. It's going to be a triple threat.
the rumored match at Extreme Rules is going to be a triple threat. TJP, which I'll get that on Raw. TJP versus Neville versus Austin Aries in a triple threat match at Extreme Rules. I don't know what the match stipulation is going to be, but that's the rumored match. It's not confirmed, but that's the rumored match.
Yeah, but I think that's what's going to happen. So we have Evil Neville versus the Package versus Kamen Rider Gum. He is He is fucking Kamen Rider Gum. Even down the colors, he's wearing the purple and black. The Nets costume he should wear should be Dangerous Zombie.
I mean, hell, shit.
I'm
definitely looking forward to that.
He was one of my favorite Kamen Riders of the new season because he just looked like he's fucking amazing. But that's another time, topic for another time. But yeah, other than that, I feel like that match was good storytelling wise. It continues going on because even if the story gets stale, at least you know that these two can put on a match. And
this is the reason why the cruiserweights are even, in my opinion, still around, solely because of Neville and Austin Aries now. And it worked out because now TJ Perkins, who again people forget was the first cruiserweight champion, he's actually relevant somewhat again. He wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
and now at least they're making him relevant. So yeah, that actually works out for him. But moving on to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, the Hardys versus Cesaro and Sheamus. At the end of the match, very good back and forth match. The Hardys actually retained against Cesaro and Sheamus, and I called it. I fucking called it. Cesaro and Sheamus turned heel. I originally did say Sheamus was going to turn on Cesaro, turning him back heel, but I actually didn't expect that. I was not expecting, even though I was not expecting to allow them to make Cesaro heel, but they actually did it. So what were your thoughts on that?
Well, I was wrong because I thought that they were going to win the belts. But my plan was that Cesaro and Sheamus were going to win the belts. Matt Hardy was going to get mad, angry, and then that's broken Matt Hardy. Even though, and I don't know if you saw this thing, not to get too far off a tangent, but apparently fucking TNA is still trying to.
Yeah, I just read that today. Yeah,
still trying to get some type of rights to it.
It's fucking stupid. Like, who cares, TNA? It's like,
yeah, but
it's like they're not even in your company anymore. It's like, who cares?
But I feel like that they have they keep dropping hints. They keep dropping hints on booking at Matt Hardy.
Yeah, they're doing like the elite stuff with him, especially on Raw. This past Raw, the elite stuff with him too. So yeah, they're just like, I feel like they know it's about to. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens at the next pay-per-view. I figured, I was actually surprised that it happened this past Monday. It would have been perfect because the way it ended on Payback, and like they were beaten up and battered. I figured that would have done it for them, but I guess they're still holding off. So yeah, I figured as much. It was gonna happen, but
other than that, it's them good turning heel. I'm glad that it now it gives them. I do like the whole catchphrase that they have. Yeah, we are the bar. I do like that. I do like the fact of
I do like their jackets. I do like their
their jackets is pretty fucking second. Yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. And it's very rare to see heel Cesaro. Because I mean, Cesaro can play a good heel just as much as you play a good face. Exactly. And I feel like for some people, the heel role can give them more personality than the face role. You know, like in my personal opinion, Sheamus can never be a face.
Oh yeah, he couldn't. Just like
I feel like that he's. I feel like that it's more like when you're evil, when you know you're evil, when you're trying to put a gun in your face like this, like I'm fine, I'm a good guy. You know, like you have to force it that he's a good guy, knowing that he's still evil deep down inside. And Sheamus to me will always be a heel, like no matter what. And I feel, but it's Cesaro case. I feel like that he can either be good as a neutral or he could be good as a heel. And
Exactly. Yeah. Some people like you just can't make face.
yeah, and here we are now. I feel like he's going to be a good heel.
Yeah, but moving on to the Raw women's match, which I don't know why I thought it like they weren't going to do this, but in the back of my head, I realized they were in her hometown, and
Yeah,
hometown people
I realized
never
that too. So you
and
thought about that
hometown
too.
people, yeah, never win. And I was like, oh, I was expecting that. And Alexa Bliss defeated Bayley to become the only women's superstar to win both the Raw and SmackDown women's titles. So, what are your thoughts on that?
When I wrote that that thing, the predictions I gave you, when I wrote that was before I knew. I was like, wait, what we at again? San Jose.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in Billy's hotel. Oh, she's gonna lose. Don't ever wrestle in your hometown. It just
I
it
know
doesn't
it doesn't
work.
make it. Yeah, it really doesn't.
I don't get why they do that, but for some reason, wrestle in your hometown.
And it just now I'm really curious. And then the key thing to note is that Sasha Banks had no involvement in this match whatsoever, which I was shocked that she didn't. I figured she would have, but she had no involvement in this match whatsoever. Just saying. That's a key thing to remember there. Moving on to now, it's funny. You would think I would have said this would have been match of the night. It's not that I didn't like the match. I just felt like the other two delivered more. And I'm talking about Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe.
To me, I think that was my match of the night because
I mean, I did like the match. It's just for me, like the ending didn't do it for me. Like the ending, even though I know it makes sense in like a story perspective just to carry on, but it's like to me the ending didn't do it for me.
Well, I put it like this: Steph doesn't do the pedigree no more, right? He has that new what is it called, the King Slayer?
Whatever. Well, they didn't officially name it yet.
The Kenny Omega. We're just gonna call it the Kenny Omega.
Yeah, they didn't officially name it yet.
Or Ripcord knee, because that's what it is. But he could. I will probably call BS if he was to do that move. Excuse my phone from going off.
No, that's fine.
I would feel like that it would have been BS if he would have did that move, knowing to the fact that Samoa Joe has been working on that knee all night. And just somehow, some way, oh, I hit you with this knee, even though it's hurting like crap, and oh my God. So I would probably call BS on that. So I feel like that ending about him doing that nice little roll up that he did was actually a good way to finish the match. Because, look, I'm not going to hit you with my knee move. I really don't know. I got to end this match now because my knee is hurting.
That is true. Yeah, actually, now looking in that perspective, that does make sense.
Yeah, so it's like I got to figure out somehow, some way. I'm going to wait for you to make a mistake. I'm going to capitalize on it, and then that's going to be it. Yeah, it surprised. I mean, look, it surprised Joe. Joe's in like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? And everything. But yeah, when you turn around, you look at it. It's I'm hurt. I gotta stop this somehow. I can't go on. If I keep going on, I'm going to get hurt again. Let me find a way to end this now, and that's the way he ended it.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like I said, it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. It was just for me. I don't know why. Just something didn't click with me as much as the United States and Cruiserweight title matches.
Also, another thing, I know how you're doing this in some more of an order, but another thing about it is that I didn't like was the match before this was technically a cool down match.
Exactly, it did. And so it did kill them for that. That's why I know.
But at the same time, well, are you going to talk about that match next, or?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the same time, we're talking about the House of the Dead. I mean, House of Horrors, or the Resident Evil 7. I mean,
yeah,
the Resident Evil 7 DLC match. That's what the fuck it was. But as that match was going on, you can hear the crowd most of the time screaming "boring." because
exactly. That's what I think that's what did it. I think that's the reason why I didn't like the
well,
as much as the other one, because like the House of Horrors match, it took away everything from me.
because the thing that got me about that match was okay. All
Well, I
right,
mean, yeah, I guess now we can talk about it now. So,
we
yeah,
just,
the House
we
of
just
Horrors
want to get
match.
into this. So it's
Yeah.
just okay. Number one, Randy Orton goes to this place in a limo. He
Yes,
doesn't he know how to drive?
and he doesn't have a shirt on,
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't have a shirt on, but he has
like these jeans.
on pads and just
Yeah,
regular thing. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying hey, I wasn't expecting him to be dressed in
yeah, me either. I mean, like his
rain gear,
yeah, I
but
know.
at the
It's like
same
that
time,
either.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like technically this is kind of a street fight, and if I'm going to somebody else's house to throw down, throw on a shirt.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, I don't have to go off and show how ripped my abs is for this match. I'm going to be fighting in an abandoned crazy
House.
house, you know, and everything. And but my thing that gets me is, so you call Uber cabs to come pick you up, take you to this area that apparently is on the map somewhere because parts unknown apparently is on the map.
I know. He
I'm pretty sure.
he knew the location. Yeah.
Yeah, he just so happens to know the location of where this is at. Which I was joking around. I don't know if you saw most of my Twitter. I joked around and said that this is Bray Wyatt's summer home. Since his other home got burnt up, this is where he lives for the summer. I also said that this was the house that was in your house in the '90s.
Yeah.
Because
They were trying to sell it. Yeah.
because I know you're young, but back in the '90s, there used to be the Eagle House pay-per-views. Before they were just in pay-per-views.
Yeah,
They
I know.
were
The Hanging House things were the main
yeah,
thing.
it was an actual house, and people had a contest. You can win this actual house. And even I tried to sign up and try to see if I can win this house. Of course, I didn't win, but this was the actual house that apparently got foreclosed there in years.
Probably was. Yeah.
But so the thing that gets me is that okay, he's walking around outside, he peeks in doors and everything, tries to see what's going on. And you see Bray Wyatt there, just walking around waiting, and then Bray Wyatt just looks like, "Hey, wait! Oh my God! Oh, you're here early! Oh shit! I wasn't ready. Hold on for a second. Stay right there. I got. Oh my God! I wasn't ready. I was expecting you to come at like 7:05, and you came like
I
at
know.
6:59. Oh my God! Hold on for a second. Let me just. I gotta go and change my clothes real quick. Um, okay, can I just come in? Yeah. The door's
It's
open.
so weird.
Just come in. Okay. All right. Um. So goes in. The door mysteriously slams. Ooh. And then that's when hey, we're going to start fighting in this house and everything. We already know what happened there. The thing that really got me, and someone did compare it because I like I said, I joked around called the Resident Evil 7 DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Was there was actually a thing when Bray Wyatt stuck his hand through a wall to try to grab Randy Orton. That actually happens in Resident Evil 7.
Really?
Yes, there is a scene where you're fighting. I can't figure his name because I it's been a while since I played Resident Evil 7. But there is a scene where you're trying to escape from him, and he does punch his hand through the wall, and he's choking you. You had to fight away to escape his
Oh
grab,
shit!
and then he comes through the wall. Now, granted, that didn't happen, but in the
It
video
was
game, he
close
didn't.
enough.
Yeah,
It
or
was close
yeah,
enough.
like really. So
I
y'all
mean, clearly the person who like pretty much directed this was clearly a fan of Resident Evil. Clearly, whoever directed this. So yeah, I mean, the match was the
he got
match.
beat by a refrigerator. Oh,
Yeah,
here's
that was the best part. That was the best part, in my opinion. Was
that dirty ass refrigerator. Like y'all didn't think to clean that first? Okay, fine. Sure. But the thing that really got me, that just really, that just did it for me, for that part of the match, for part one,
Mhm.
was he gets on his knees He does his little follow the buzzers thing, and then the house turns red.
I know, it was so weird. It was so fucking weird.
I'm like, so did he win?
Or not. I know.
Did he capture the flag? 'Cause that's usually what happens when you capture the flag. Is the Bray Wyatt has captured the flag. um, like what I was expecting, like legit. I was expecting the house to explode when he did
That would
that.
have been cool.
Okay?
I'll admit that would have been cool though. That would have been
You
cool.
know, just for some type of payback. At least if the house would explode, it would have been like, oh, okay, that's the reason why he put him there. Because you know he burned his house down. So I figure, okay, how about I commit murder to you by blowing up this house? No, it just turned red. Oh, all right, all right. And then he just tells the limo driver, hey, take me back to the arena.
Yeah, that would have been way much cooler in my opinion. In my opinion, at least it would have.
That's why we don't
But
work
yeah,
with WWE.
I know. We directed. Then part 2 of the match, Bray Wyatt finally got into the arena because apparently it had to end the arena, I guess. But
He took the Uber. He took a different Uber,
yeah,
but actually he took Lyft. Lyft is actually faster than Uber, in my opinion. Um, and he actually took Lyft back. So by the time Bray Wyatt got to the thing, Lyft was already there. Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton already was sitting there waiting, has no popcorn, and pretty much waiting for the whole thing. Because that's how I like to think things happened.
well, yeah, that's the only way. I mean, yeah, it's hard to interpret what the hell happened. They expect us to. The main issue was, I guess, another reason why people being because like they're not retarded. Over there, it was still like light outside, so it's like it was like kind of hard to believe this happened all at night. So it was weird. It was weird
because it's actually something that someone said, and I didn't think of it until they said it. This was in San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
San Jose is what 6 hours from our time here in
Exactly.
Philadelphia,
It
so
was still
it's
light out.
still
So.
it's still daylight by the time we're watching it here in the East Coast. It's still daylight out there, but yet that match took place
At night, so it's
at
like
night.
what night?
So
Either that match took place yesterday, and he finally made it back to the arena after like 12 hours or shit. It's hard to figure out what the fuck happened with that match, but it's so weird. It's weird. But yeah, Bray Wyatt came back into the arena. I guess he figured he won, but it was either going to be a forfeit because Randy Orton wasn't there. As soon as the lights came back on, Randy Orton was right there. Randy started beating the crap out of him. Seemed like he was just about to win. And then Singh Brothers came out again because last week of Smackdown, Jinder Mahal took the WWE title away from Randy Orton. He escaped with it, and he used that same title to hit Randy Orton twice in the back of the head and allowing Bray Wyatt to, as far as I remember, win his very first singles feud. So yeah, Bray Wyatt actually won a feud for once in his life. So that's the only reason. That's the only upside to this match for me. That's the only reason why. The only upside with Bray Wyatt actually winning a feud for once. So yeah, otherwise, this match was garbage. It really took the energy out of the whole pay-per-view. And had this match not happened, this probably would have been a good show. It's just this match pretty much killed the whole crowd.
So in my opinion, I feel like the Samoa Joe Rollins match actually brought the crowd back up.
But it didn't for me though. That was the issue. I guess that was the reason why I didn't like it as much as the other. Because that match, the House of Horror match, just took everything out of me.
Yeah, it's understandable. That match was extra fucking horrible.
It was fucking horrible. I mean, yeah, I don't get it. But the main event, which got me back up because I had a personal.
Another thing I was wrong about.
Yes, Braun Strowman beat fucking Roman Reigns. You're hearing this right. Somebody actually beat Roman Reigns on a pay-per-view cleanly, might add. He with no help whatsoever. He did it all by himself. No outside interference. No cheap tactics. With his pure power alone, Braun Strowman defeated Roman Reigns. Now the argument's gonna be saying, "Oh, Roman Reigns was 100% bullshit," but you might be able to use that excuse, but at the end of the day, Braun Strowman defeated Roman Reigns, and the aftermatch was fucking beautiful. He beat the hell out of him again, and he used the steel steps as a weapon. And Roman was actually spitting out blood. It was. I loved every moment of it. And then I don't know if you saw what happened after the pay-per-view went off the air. It was hilarious.
Oh, I did. And
it was so funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I legit waited for that because I'm just like, it's going to happen.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Why is that catchphrase not his shirt? Because basically what happened,
it should have been his shirt.
It should have been
all, by now.
Yeah, all you hear is like, "I'm not finished with you," and then Roman Reigns. Bronson was running at him, and Roman Reigns ducked it, and really took the whole freaking door off the ambulance, just with his pure body alone. By God, he just took it off the ambulance like it was nothing, just his pure strength. Yeah. Why is that? That should be his next shirt. I know they just made him a new shirt, but that should be his next shirt. I'm not finished with you. That should be a shirt. That should have been the first shirt. I would have bought that. I would have bought that shirt because it's just so beautiful. Braun Strowman is getting the best thing that happened to Raw in months.
Seriously, yes, and
it really is Braun Strowman. And it's funny because you would not be saying this a year ago.
No, it wouldn't.
You would not be. That it is so amazing how a year ago nobody gave a shit about Braun Strowman, and now Braun Strowman is literally must-see TV. I was very irritated how Braun Strowman. I care less Roman Reigns was on Raw about it. How Braun Strowman was on Raw.
Not to also mention to the fact that he's also being known because of the fact that he's killing Roman right now, and it's like,
yes, it is. It's so perfect.
It's like the one thing that he's doing, not only is he killing jobbers and whatever, but he's also killing Roman Reigns, which is pretty good in everybody's eyes. Like, hey, you might be another big monster wrestler, but you're at least killing somebody we don't like. So keep going.
It's not only that, because this is like I'm trying to remember back. This is like the only superstar that Roman Reigns is seriously having a problem with. Like, he was able to fend off Bray Wyatt, Brock Lesnar. He had him evenly matched, but Braun Strowman, he can't beat him. I mean, I scratched that. He did beat him at Fastlane, but like, this is the guy that he really is unmatched with.
It legit takes. It's even in Fastlane where he thought he had him.
I know, but it took him. Yeah, I know, and it took him that one last spear to beat him. But I think this is the first superstar Roman Reigns seriously. I think he met his fucking match. His Superman power. He's gonna fucking cut it this time. So it's like,
but just for by the time he comes back, he has to go to Super Saiyan God mode to probably beat him.
Yes.
Why do I keep mixing Dragon Ball Z with WWE? I don't know.
Hey, I mean, yeah. I mean, again, WWE, even though it's live action it is pretty much like I consider it like an anime almost, because you have these interesting they're characters.
Yeah.
Because they're characters. And it's like, yeah, they're just characters. But yeah, that was Payback. Again, the highlights for me was the United States and Cruiserweight match, as well as the main event itself. The show was fine. Had that House of Horrors match never happened, the show probably would have been much more better if it had that House of Horrors match had not happened. So yeah, we're just gonna move on to Raw. I'm just checking to see if in the chat, the guy left who was. He left. So we move on straight to Raw. Okay. Raw. Okay. So Raw opened, which was interesting to say the least. First time in a long time, a women's segment on Raw. Basically, all the women was in the ring, and Alexa Bliss came out. It was like her coronation as the new Raw Women's Champion. She was pretty much talking all divas, and she being her, she completely ignored Bayley until the very end because she completely forgot she was there, just to show that how irrelevant she was. This led to Bayley attacking her after she was saying how her family, she let her family down and her father or whatnot, and this led to a eight women tag team match with Bayley, Emma, Nia Jackson, Alicia Fox versus Dana Brooke, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. The Heels won with Alexa Bliss saying the DDT again on Bayley. And was it Bayley? Was it Bayley?
It was on Bayley.
Okay, yeah, it was Bayley. And to win the match. So what were your thoughts on it?
Number one, Alexa Bliss, to me, a lot of people like to say that she doesn't like to do. She can't do promo work. I feel she can do amazing promo work because because the way she does her promos is this volley girl type thing. That's like, excuse me, like, no,
Exactly.
no, that's not going to happen, and stuff like that. So like, she'll completely play you if, without you even really like knowing. She'll just sit there like I mean, the fact that she's getting on Bailey, like, I didn't know that your family was there, and you just let everybody down,
Exactly.
including your cousins. So, like, but she's saying it in like the fakest, nicest way ever, and it was, pretty fucking amazing, So I feel like that she can pull off good promo work. And another thing that she does that I like. I mean, yeah, she does have that jumping moonsault. I can't figure the name off. And the little body smash she does from the top rope.
Yeah.
But
The
she also,
Twisted Bliss.
yeah, Twisted Bliss. But she
Yes.
also has the DDT,
Yes.
and that DDT is something of a throwback for me because in a world, I mean, and this goes for like mostly all wrestlers,
Mm-hmm.
like Bailey and stuff like that. They've been taking, they've been showing that you don't need some crazy off the
Ass finisher.
wall like finishing move to finish your opponent. You can just go for something simple. Okay, and
Exactly.
it's been a while since we had that. Like Trish Stratus. If you look at Trish Stratus and you say to yourself, she beat someone with a jumping bulldog. 'Cause that's pretty much what Stratus Fracture was. It was a twisting bulldog, or
Exactly.
or Lita when she wasn't doing the twist of fate, she was doing the DDT, her little DDT, her little variation of it, which was a good DDT. So when you got people like Bailey who's doing the belly to Bailey, which is just a belly to belly suplex, like
Yeah.
the last person you saw that I know of, it could be anybody else. The last person that I know that had a finishing move of a belly to belly suplex was Shane Douglas.
Damn,
Okay,
that's taking it back. I know that's taking it
yes,
back.
I'm taking the yes, and I'm sorry, I'm showing my age again, but he like you sit there and you go, well, wait, Raven, and yes, I'm going ECW days. Raven
Yeah,
has a
I know.
DDT. That's a devastating move. Tommy Dreamer had a DDT sometimes. Then he also used a Death Valley Driver.
And then
That's
Jake's Snake Roberts. That was his finish.
yeah.
That was his energy
But
with
then,
his
but then,
DDT.
but then, but then you turn around and you look at Shane Douglas. His finishing move was a belly to belly suplex, and that won him championships. So you turn around, you look at Bailey, and it's like Bailey is winning championships and matches with a plain and simple
Move.
belly to belly suplex. And apparently that is it's as simple as the lay drop. Okay.
Exactly. The
But
Hulk Hogan thing.
but at the same time it's just like you don't need off the
Flashy.
flashy off the wall. I mean, look, I'm not saying that everyone has it because we're in the age right now where not everybody has that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Finn Balor has the coup de grace. The only reason he has the coup de grace because he can't do his Bloody Sunday. And even when he can sort of do it, he can't do the full version of it because they kind of banned it.
Exactly.
And even the Bloody Sunday was just a DDT in some sorts. Um, Samoa Joe can't do the Muscle Buster anymore.
I
So
know
that's
it's
why.
fucking bullshit. I
So
know it's
that's why
fucking
he.
bullshit.
That's why he has to do some other moves that he's doing right now. Like Seth Rollins couldn't do the curb stomp because he couldn't do the other move he did back in Ring of Honor and stuff like that because that got banned. So first they give him the curb stomp. We can't do the curb stomp no more. All right, fine. So I guess I'll just. Hey, I saw this in New Japan Pro Wrestling one week. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Did the pedigree, and then at the pedigree, I'm just gonna do this New Japan Pro move. But the thing is that we're in that time now where you don't need to be flashy with your finishing moves, and
Exactly.
it's a good thing to see throwbacks when they're finishing moves. So with Alexa Bliss finishing off Bailey with a DDT, old school style DDT. It is a good DDT too. You know, that's putting my old school heart back in a good way.
No, I could understand because I don't know if you remember looking at it on Stone Cold podcast with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman summed it up exactly what he was talking about, pretty much what you were talking about, how you can have the simplest move and it could sell. You just have to make the fans believe it, because he was talking about how people back in the day, they had their finishing moves was just a simple suplex and a DDT.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like Mark Henry, he used Mark Henry example. Like during like his Hall of Pain run, his finishing move was just a bear hug. But he sold that bear hug. It was like, oh, like, can somebody get out? Like, can anybody get out the bear hug or whatnot? It was just like, you can sell a move. You just have to make the fans believe it. Any move can work. Hell, my finishing move on 2K17 is actually the DDT, too. So it's like, I actually do like, I always love DDT. It was a simple move and it's to the point. I always love DDT.
Another person who had a simple move, and you sit there going, well, how in the hell is he winning matches with this? Chris Masters.
Oh yeah, the Masters.
Which, by the way, I did not know if Chris Masters is on TNA now.
Me either. I had no idea. I didn't find it until this week either. No, but you guys are right. The Master Lock. Yep.
Yeah, the Master Lock. It's a full Nelson thing, but apparently he's winning with it. And it's like,
and you can sell it. Yeah, like who the hell can bring out the Master? Like you can sell it. You can sell a move. You just have to make the fans believe in it, and that's all it simply is. Like for the longest, the Big Show KO punch, knockout punch. For the longest, even though like Big Show has been winning most matches, once he hits that knockout punch, it's over.
It was actually believable because of the fact of
nobody has kicked out of the knockout punch. Braun Strowman was the first person to do it.
But I believed it because of the fact of, hey, this is the Big Show, and I understand that the Big Show is big enough where he can hit you hard enough.
It will knock you out.
It would knock you out. So it's believable, you know?
Exactly. And it worked for the longest. And then until Braun Strowman recently kicked out of it, but yeah. And then again, knockout punch. Like it's just simple stuff that you can make it sell. You just got to make the wrestlers believe it. Like so far, the only moves that are protected right now that people have yet to kick out, as far as I'm trying to remember right now, is the End of Days from Baron Corbin. Nobody's yet to kick out of that.
And even that, and even End of Days is a real good move.
Yeah, it makes, and the name does too. It's the End of Days. Once you hit them with that, it's over.
Now, granted, personally, I feel like I kind of feel like Dolph Ziggler just stop being Shawn Michaels, just go back to the Famouser or
or the zigzag. I like it. Yeah,
but you don't have to keep being like Shawn Michaels.
I know it's ridiculous. It is. But before we move on to women, I do want to point out in the women's match. Not a lot of people noticed it, but Dana Brooke, she was very good in this match. I don't think a lot of people like. She really has improved.
I feel like that. Here's the thing. I feel like that. I won't say that she has improved. Okay, I won't say that. I feel like she always had it in her, but
they won't let her do it.
Yeah, they just won't let her do it because as long as time, she's always been with someone. She's always been with Emma. And then she always been with Charlotte Flair. So she hasn't really had that much time to let herself go. Like, yeah, she's had single matches, but at the same time, they don't let us show what she can really do because I'm this heel who's doing this or whatever. And even this actually some single matches she actually did wrestle pretty good in my opinion. But now here she is. Now she's letting herself grow more. She can actually go and she can actually move, and
exactly.
And hopefully down the line, like I want to see where this Emma, as I'm trying to adjust this. I'm sorry. I want to see where this Emma storyline goes. Yeah, I want to see how far this goes. I hope it doesn't bore me. And
it would probably this would probably be one of the interesting feuds for women because it's the only other women's feud besides. Alexa Bliss and Bayley, getting nobody else doing shit. So yeah, this will be an interesting feud. to say the least, and see how much Dana Brooke can actually improve. I mean, just show that she could probably a long time ago, it's been reported that they wanted to push Dana Brooke as like the top women in the company. So it's like, maybe this is like there's golden opportunity now.
If she keeps wrestling the way she's wrestling, then I don't mind it.
Yeah, because again, I always been a fan of Dana Brooks. I'm just glad now it's like she was able to show what she can do finally after all this fucking time. But yeah. But moving on to Luke Gallows versus Enzo Amore again, fucking again. I want to know, maybe I'm missing something. Where do you think this is leading? This is clearly leading to something.
I don't know where it's leading, but from what I've heard, you guys excuse me for a second. From what I've heard, the main reason why you see Enzo and Cass going up against them is because Vince McMahon, backstage wise, likes to see Enzo being bragged on.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah,
and apparently, the team that does it the best so far has been Gallows and Anderson. That's what the word is. I really wish that wasn't the case, and I really wish that maybe Vince would probably be a little more concerned about his wrestlers, other than, hey, I like to see you get thrown around a lot. So it's getting old now, especially to the fact that neither of them are in the contendership. Well, we'll probably get to that later.
Yeah,
but none of them are in the contenders thing. So it's kind of doesn't really matter with them.
It really doesn't. Now, Luke Gallows, one thing to point out is Luke Gallows did actually beat Enzo, which is not really surprising. But this, in my opinion, can lead into two things. They can go about this two different ways. They could either do eventually lead to the point where Big Cass just says screw and he leaves Enzo, like pretty much going on his own. This is one way of doing it, splitting them out, which I doubt they won't do for a while because they sell too much merch and they're popular.
Yeah, but apparently their merch actually sells.
Yeah. And so it's like I don't see it happening anytime soon, but I can see this happening one day down the line. The other thing, which I've been saying, because the story's there, they just had to put it in place. Finn Balor. They get to the point where Finn Balor get involved in this somehow. I know this is impossible right now at the moment, but he can somehow get involved because again, he's friends with Enzo and Cass as much as he's friends with Gallows and Anderson back in NXT. But
you really want that to happen?
No, because it's just I don't want it to. Everyone wants it to happen. It's just the fact that for the sake of them and for the sake of really Gallows and Anderson, they need this to happen because this unless they win the Raw Tag Team titles again, which I don't see it happening anytime soon. That's the only thing they can do right now. I can't. What else can they do? Who else can they? They can feud with the Hardys because they really have like a actual feud besides them losing the title. That was actually a feud. They can actually feud with the Hardys, or it's like. I don't know where this is going. I want to know where this is going. I know that we give them shit, but eventually some shit pays off. I'm really curious just to see where this is going.
I can probably pretty much say it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Because,
in my opinion, especially since okay, like I said before, I was going to say later, but they announced it that there's going to be a tag team turmoil. Match and everything like that for no more contendership,
and that's a lot of interesting. They have a lot of interesting possibilities with that.
And even then, I don't even see either Big Cass or
they're not winning. They're not.
I don't see them winning, and I don't see Gallows or Anderson winning either.
Yeah, so it's like there's a bunch of different scenarios. Yeah, there's a bunch of different scenarios they can do. With that, it's just I do agree with you. I mean, I want to believe again. This is me because I know the writers are different for each show for Raw and SmackDown. I know the writer who does SmackDown's former at NXT, so obviously he knows what he's doing. It's just like, for example, you know how many fucking times we saw Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin? Fucking forever. But what happened at the end? Dolph Ziggler turned heel, so something came out of that happening. That's my point. Now, you can keep having matches, get something out of this. I can't see Gallows Anderson turn face. That's not going to happen. There's there's only two scenarios that are going to happen. Either Big Cass is going to turn on Enzo for him like losing too many times, or again Balor somehow gets involved, and that's
now personally, I can see Cass turning, but because it was at a point where when Cass was, but when Enzo was injured with that horrible concussion he had, and Cass was doing things on his own, Vince liked it. Like Vince is apparently is a fan.
That's my point. Yeah,
as a fan, so he actually wants. He actually kind of wants him to try, kind of, I guess, in a way, move on your own. But like you said earlier, merchandise. They actually are selling merchandise.
Exactly.
So
like, yeah, unless they're willing to give up the merchandise sales for the sake of a story, which I doubt they would ever do because Vince loves money. Yeah. The only other solution is for this to somehow evolve Balor into this, which we'll get into later. But yeah, final thoughts on Luke Gallows and Enzo. Any other thoughts?
No, I have no thoughts. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just I don't care, but I at least again, even though the Smackdown right, at least something came out of Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler, which made Dolph Ziggler return heel. This I don't know where the fuck this is going. But moving on. First off, Seth Rollins came out and he was doing pretty much the state of the Rollins because after he beat Samoa Joe, he didn't know what else to do. He said the only next logical thing to do is to face Brock Lesnar for his Universal title. Again, he said he can go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. He technically beat him before they become the World Heavyweight Champion. So what's better doing again? Then Finn Balor came out and he said, yes, I'm also owed a championship shot because last time I remembered he was the very first Universal Champion. The reason why he lost it is because of injury thanks to Seth Rollins. So he never actually got his fair shot. Then The Miz came out. And no, my bad, scratch that. Dean Ambrose came out before The Miz, and he was saying how it doesn't matter about Brock Lesnar because right now he is the main champion, which I love. This segment was my favorite segment because they nailed. I was hoping they would do this. They nailed the fact that the Intercontinental title is the most important title right now. I'm glad they did that because again, Brock Lesnar's not here. He's not going to be here for another 2 months. So they're constantly the fact that right now the most important title people should be worried about is the Intercontinental title, and Dean Ambrose has it, and he makes Dean Ambrose pretty much the number one person on the roster right now in terms of being champion. He is number one person. So yes, they nailed that part. Then The Miz came out and said, yes, you're just irrelevant with the title. You're disgracing your Intercontinental title, and I should have my match for your Intercontinental title. Kurt Angle came out and said we will have a main event.
Well, no, he didn't come out.
Oh, my bad.
Ambrose called.
My bad. Yeah. Well, call, even though we saw he really didn't call. I never understood that. I don't know why WWE can't allow the superstars to actually call somebody. It could be a fake number. Just at least pretend.
Well, the thing is that.
Yeah, well, the fans was in the crowd. They didn't see it, but us on TV, we clearly saw that he wasn't talking to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just it's simple, like shit. Like just call like a fake number. It's like here's the 9 or something.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've said this, and I came up with a theory, and you've seen it throughout the show of what Dean was doing with the backstage interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I came to this conclusion, and I want to see if you agree with me on this. He is pretty much the WWE's Deadpool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Which I again, and that's why I never understood the whole argument because I think we talked about this before too. It was a rumor.
I've always made the joke like he's wacky Dean Ambrose.
You know? Yeah, like the backstage, like the whole backstage thing with him being lazy and complacent. It's like that's not true.
No, it's not true. And some people think that. I don't think that.
It doesn't make any sense. It's just, again, y'all made him a transitional champion. We all decide, since Roman Reigns got suspended, we have to give it to somebody before we give it to AJ. Y'all made Dean Ambrose. Y'all didn't have to give it to fucking Dean Ambrose. Your whole point was to give it to AJ. I mean, there was other ways to go about doing it, but
at the same time, like I said, I feel like that for what he is right now, for what I've seen between SmackDown, and I could point out many times of how I noticed it between SmackDown when he was facing Baron Corbin and the one that had the little split screen interview.
Oh
And
yeah,
he so happened to have remote control. He turned the TV off, and like this is so of there's so many other times that I can prove that I feel like what they're trying to do with him, like not like it's subtle ways to make Dean Ambrose WWE's Deadpool because he always breaks the fourth wall somehow,
exactly.
some way,
All
and
the time.
and for some reason, the fact that he called Kurt Angle to say, "Hey, Kurt," which I'm like, say, so what? Kurt's not there, but apparently Kurt is there, backstage or whatever. Like, what the fuck? How come you come out for this segment, or whatever? But the fact that he called Kurt Angle to schedule this, and that you think that how the hell did you get my number? And no. That's something that Deadpool would do. It would be something on the lines of, "Huh, well, hold on. I just so happens to have this man's number in my phone. I don't know how I got it, but I have it." And
Exactly.
then that's where you go and call him, and it's like, "Oh, okay. Hey, can we have this match and anything? Blah blah blah." He's Deadpool. That's all he is. He's. It,
I mean, again, I love this what they're doing. I'm just glad. Again, let Dean Ambrose be Dean Ambrose. That's this is who he is. Just let him do this, and I guarantee the fans will love him. I guarantee you. It's just again, I've been even though I previously said I would have loved for him to drop the Intercontinental title, for him to move back into the world title picture. This was before the superstar shakeup. I kept saying that, but now since he's on Raw, I know there's no way in hell he's going to the Universal title picture anytime soon. So the Intercontinental is literally the best thing for him right now. He can make use of this, and now again they hit it right on the nail with him being the number one person on Raw because he has the Intercontinental title. So make him important. It's the best way to do it. I'm glad as long as Dean Ambrose part of the main part of the show. I'm glad because again he is a main eventer. Despite what people say, he is
main eventer, and now he has to be a main eventer because he has the, like you said earlier, he does have the belt, the most prestigious belt right now, which is the Intercontinental belt. So,
don't you find it weird? Don't you find it weird? I know for Raw, I'm talking about SmackDown for a second. I know for Raw that it's forced. I mean, for Raw, it's forced because they don't have the Universal title on them. But on SmackDown, they are deliberately making the United States title more important than the WWE title. I don't know where that's leading. I have a couple of theories why, but we'll get to SmackDown. I'm saying, don't you find it weird how now Raw is taking a step? They're kind of forced to, but like they're taking they're taking the same route as, let's make our secondary title a little bit more important. I have my theories why on SmackDown, but
okay, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. I did have like two theories that was going around in my head, but moving on. So we got basically a triple threat match later in the show. Rollins, Balor, and Miz, and triple threat. These are number one contender Intercontinental title. Moving on to the cruiserweights, we had Jack Gallagher, Wish Swan, and Kira Tozawa versus Brian Kendrick, Noam Dar, and Tony Nese. Again, let them. I love this match solely because they let them do the flippy shit. And let them do.
What I said earlier about people who doing flashy finishing moves or whatever. Actually, no, because I won't even say that because even then, they don't always have. Not all the cruiserweights in the cruiserweight division have a flippy finishing move.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because you got the Captain's Hook, you have the snap German suplex by Kira Tozawa. You got the knees. I forgot Tony Nese's thing. I know that the knees is the face thing.
Oh yeah, I know. The running knee or the running knees.
Stuff like that.
The running knees. Yeah.
You got Jack Gallagher in his concussion, but he's going to kill somebody on himself with that move.
He's in his concussion.
He's going to kill someone. I'm just afraid that he's going to become another Shibata. Which, by the way, I haven't heard shit about what's going on with Shibata. Is he dead? Like, what the hell? I haven't heard no type of. I'm going on Google
You're worried about him. Fuck that. Where the hell is Grand Metalik? He's disappeared from the face of the earth.
I've
It's funny because Grand Malik actually retweeted my retweet on Twitter. I love that. Grand Malik, because I said on, well, this is completely off topic, on 205 Live when TJ Perkins and Lindsay Dorado was fighting, and I said, hold on, I'm bring up the tweet. And he actually retweeted it. I was like, holy shit. I said this match would have been better. Grand Malik was involved. Just saying. And he retweeted it. And I was like, oh shit, actual WC retweeted my tweet. It was Grand Malik. I was actually that was a good moment for me.
For some reason I want to say that he's actually wrestling. That he
Well,
has to wrestle under like in a different organization.
He's wrestling, so let me be clear. It's not like he completely disappeared. He didn't. He's just relegated to main event for some odd fucking reason.
Well, all right. So hold on, I'm reading now. Really, I really hope that's not the thing. Apparently, according to Reddit, I really don't like talking to Reddit or go to Reddit, but apparently, according to Reddit, he said that they want him to work on his English.
Yeah, that's what I read. I read that too. Like, or no, just get him accustomed to. I get. No, to be fair, I guess that makes sense. Because again, they went the whole Sin Cara situation. That when Sin Cara first came, they didn't know what the fuck to do with him. Because I think they know how valuable Grand Metalik is. So they want him like. So once they like put him out on like the main show, he can speak. He can do the regular daily moves that they want him to do. Like it's because again, he's probably just imagine him versus Neville. Like imagine him versus Austin. Like you could put him right into the main event picture in terms of the cruiserweights. It's just that how good he is.
Oh man. Speaking of Shibata,
Yeah, what about him?
Oh man. So apparently he updated his Twitter. Somebody had translated. It was like Shibata had another surgery on the 2nd of May, which, from what I can tell you, from smart info available, it went well. The following is also from Shibata's own Real Talk blog and Google Translate. This was before the last surgery, so hopefully some of this will be approved. And he quotes, "It is a miracle to be to live now. I had my skull removed. I had my skull removed in my last surgery. I have another surgery. I have another surgery on 5/2/2017 or 2017 5/2 in Japan, the way they do things. And I will return every day using pain stopper 3 to 4 times. I endure the pain. I can hardly see you can hardly see out of the right eye now. Currently, hearing ability of the right ear is not normal, and the sound is broken and heard."
I was not expecting that.
Dude, he legit fucked himself up. He legit fucked himself up. I'm gonna be honest. I know we gotta get back into talking Raw, but
no. This is fine. Again,
we're
not just that day to talk about WWE. So
I'm gonna be completely honest. I really think he might be retiring. I would be legit. I would be legit. So shocked if he recovers from this. But I don't. For his health, for his health, I think he might need to hang it up because I didn't know that headbutt did that much. I mean, it was a hurtful headbutt, but it looked like it hurt. I would figure that it would hurt Okada more than it would hurt him. But fuck, like he legit hurt himself. He is legit hurt to a point where now he can't see out of his right eye good, and he can't, like, apparently, in a sense, he pretty much has stroke when you think about it. Because if he like his right side of his body, of his face, he can't see and he can't hear, it's almost like having a stroke. He really fucked himself up.
And I mean, shit. I mean, if he does have to tie, I guarantee you they will immediately make him stop using the headbutt Jack Gallagher.
Which is, I know that's why I'm all coming right back around with Jack Gallagher. I know that what he's doing is not the headbutts, but one of these days something could slip.
Exactly.
Okay, and like, I mean, and I know Jack is tough because Jack also does MMA fighting too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know. So definitely, yeah.
So I mean, I know he's a tough guy, but it's just like, I mean, he's not doing what Shibata did, because Shibata legit headbutted him out of nowhere. What he's doing is just pretty much head to slap blade to chest or
Yeah, I know.
whatever. But I'm just afraid that if one of these days that headbutt is going to slip,
And he has him in the head, and
yeah,
oh, I can imagine. I'm just feeling it. Oh god.
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, it's a good spot, but I'm just afraid that he might legit injure himself.
I'm just feeling my head. I'm trying to imagine him. Oh my god.
And everything, because like I said, like the thing
Oh
that Shibata did fucked him up badly. So
yeah. Oh
what Jack
god. Yeah.
Gallagher does is just,
I can just
man,
imagine it, and just goddamn no, I can't do that.
yeah.
No.
Other
I
than
do
that,
hope he is okay though.
the match itself was good. It pretty much shows that if you give him a chance, they
Again,
can
give
actually
them
work.
time. Give them. I'm surprised it's actually got a commercial break too. I'm shocked, but
Yeah, right. Because it wasn't a
to be
5-minute
fair,
match.
I think the only reason why is because Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman was on the show, so they gave the cruiserweights as much time as they wanted. But I think that was the main reason why. But it helped them out a lot because at least the fans cared. So yeah, it was a good match. And at the end of the day, the faces won, or did they win? I don't remember.
Yeah, the faces won.
Okay, yeah, they won. Yeah, so we're moving on to don't play. Hold on, guys, hit an ad. Please don't play. Okay.
I didn't hate that.
Yeah. Moving on.
Especially when you're trying to watch a porn, but it's like, I gotta sit here with fucking ads. I'm trying to finish this up here.
Now before we move on to Cesaro and Sheamus, as you said earlier, you alluded to, R-Truth and Goldust asked Kurt Angle to get a Raw Tag Team title shot. Now, what he said, it was pretty hilarious. He said, I can't grant you a title shot because of your win-loss record.
Oh, so did you see why I tweeted with that? I'm just like, since when did they start counting win-loss records in WWE?
I was like, well, yeah, all they had to do is simply go to Smackdown, because clearly that shit doesn't matter. Jinder Mahal is the number one contender, and when the last time he hasn't won a fucking match?
Like, I'd never win-loss record. If that's the case,
fuck.
there's a lot of people probably shouldn't even be on TV
right now with their win-loss record. It's like, oh, okay, that was weird. But he said there will be a tag team turmoil, and a list of, I do have the teams in a second. Just pull that up. The team for the tag team turmoil is as follows: the Golden Truth, Enzo and Cass, Gallows Anderson, Rhino and Heath Slater, and Cesaro and Sheamus. It'll be a tag team turmoil. The winners will become the new number one contenders for the Hardys tag team titles. So, first of all, your predictions, who you think is actually going to win the tag team turmoil?
Well, like I said earlier, I don't think it's going to be the other two people we talk about. Can't make their names offhand. I don't think it's going to be them. I don't see Heath and Rhino yet. To be honest, I want to say Sheamus and Cesaro, but I would be surprised if they went with the Golden Truth. I would be surprised.
I don't.
No,
I know this.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. The only reason why I say I would be surprised if they went with the Golden Truth is because this is their idea. The fact that they've been pushing it.
I know. That's why I don't. Because again, all eyes would think it would be the Golden Truth. I don't think it is.
Yeah, that's it. I would be surprised if it is, but I think, being to the fact that they do have a rivalry now, I feel like that the only other way I feel like is if they do like some all out of nowhere tag match with that kind of settles it, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think that Cesaro and Sheamus is going to win that only because they had to finish the rivalry. Because
Mhm.
not only is they attacked the Hardys, and there was a promo bit of they coming out, they doing a little heel thing, whatever, blah blah blah. Then Hardys come out and they attack Sheamus and Cesaro. You know, did the whole elite thing too. So that's a rivalry. That's an ongoing rivalry now. So I don't see out of nowhere the Golden Truth winning this in the middle of this here rivalry,
I
unless
know.
something shocking happens.
I mean, this is like up in the air for me. There's a bunch of ways they can go about doing this. First of all, right off the bat, Enzo and Cass aren't winning. I don't see Heath Slater. I know they're the newest team over here. I can't see them winning because I'm trying to picture the Hardy Boys versus Heath Slater and Rhino. That just doesn't seem plausible to me. Two faces going against each other, unless again either the Hardys are turning heel too, and then that's not happening. So that only leaves the Golden Truth, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Gallows and Anderson. You might think I'm crazy. I think Gallows and Anderson might win.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I say that is because Golden
I'm gonna
Truth
take a
seems way
wild.
too.
I'm gonna have to take a
No,
wild.
no, it's not even about Battle Club at this point.
Okay, I'm going to say like
At this point, and I ain't about that because the Golden Truth seems way too obvious. And again, their faces, unless they turn heel or something, which I could see happening. I could see them turning heel because then it'll be an equal amount of heels and faces. You'll have 3 heels. That's actually might what happened. Actually, I might take. I know I'm still sticking with my guns, but I do believe the Golden Truth might turn heel because then it'll be equal faces and heels. The faces would be Enzo and Cass, Slater and Rhino and the Hardys, and then you have 3 heels. So that actually would make sense. They could actually turn heel. So I do think that's going to happen. However, I think Gallows and Anderson might win. I don't see Cesaro because if they wanted Cesaro and Sheamus to face the Hardys. There could have been another way of going about doing that. Just get their another match with them.
you're right, but at the same time, like I said,
I think. Yeah, no. I think for Cesaro and Sheamus, they just wanted to establish them as heels. I don't think they actually want them to fight again. They just want to establish them as heels. So I guarantee you, Cesaro and Sheamus' next feud is with Enzo and Cass. They're going to transfer to Enzo and Cass. I think that's what's going to happen.
That's your theory. Me personally, I just feel like that's the seem like that's the ongoing heel move right now, and I feel like that's going to be like, okay, now this is going on until like the next pay per view or whatever.
Exactly.
Have them build up for that. Have a couple of single matches here and there, and then that's when and then maybe that's when either the Hardys will win or the Hardys will lose. But we'll see.
I only say Gallows and Anderson because again they didn't actually have a proper feud with them. They didn't build they lost the titles of WrestleMania and the next night on Raw.
Yeah, that's true.
They ended the feud. That's the again, like I said, you probably thought about it. It's not about Battle Club. It's just I don't think they had a proper feud with them. Again, I think what they wanted to do, they wanted to they tried to find a way to somehow make Cesaro and Sheamus turn heel in the most convenient way possible and against the Hardys. They may have them lose every week and they just got tired. It makes sense. So they established the fact that Cesaro and Sheamus are heels. Okay. They got that part out the way. Now, how can we put Gallows and Anderson back into the title picture? This would probably be the way to do it.
All right.
And then that's just my theory.
We'll see by Monday, but
yeah, so Monday is interesting. That's just my theory. Again, I don't think they will just let that one-off match. I mean, it could be. I'm giving them the benefit of doubt here, but I just personally don't think they would just let that one-off thing go. Because think about it, they have to build all the way to SummerSlam. I know the Hardys probably do something big at SummerSlam. So I think the two filler pay-per-views, which is Extreme Rules and Great Balls of Fire, they're probably gonna make them feud with Gallus and Anderson before they redo Cesaro. I guarantee the SummerSlam match is gonna be Cesaro and Sheamus. I'm not saying Gallus and Anderson are gonna win the titles. No, I'm not saying that. I guarantee you the SummerSlam feud is gonna be Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardys at SummerSlam. Because think about it, out of all the teams here, that probably seems like the most
Also,
worthy match.
Real quick, Easy Ed too. How you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I just checked the chat room. How you doing? I know
yeah,
you.
yeah.
We're just sitting here.
He is a friend of mine. Yeah.
Oh, he's a friend of yours. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean. I do, but it's so hard because I do see Golden Troop turning heel in this. I just don't. It just seems too obvious. It seems way too obvious.
I don't know if I can see him going heel, or I don't know if I want to see.
Well, think about it. You have to understand because there's an uneven. WWE likes even stuff, equal.
Yeah.
50-50 booking, like 50-50 booking. Right now, currently, there's more faces than heels. There's literally only 2 heels on the roster: Cesaro and Sheamus and Gallus and Anderson. Let's put that in perspective for a second. Has Cesaro and Sheamus not turned heel? There's only been one heel team, Gallus and Anderson. So let's just put that in perspective for a second.
Right. Oh,
so that's why I said. So it's like.
Well, wait. With that said, I feel like that the only reason why there's only 3 is because the Revival is out.
That is true. That is actually. So I do. So I 100% agree with what I said. Sadly, I don't agree with it, but here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make Gallus and Anderson feud. Here, I already see the booking. It's gonna be Gallus and Anderson at Extreme Rules, and then it's gonna be probably a triple threat tag team between the Hardys, Gallus and Anderson, and Cesaro and Sheamus. And then I see at SummerSlam the Revival versus the Hardys. That's what's gonna happen. Because
like I said, we'll see when the time comes. Me personally, I think that I feel like Sheamus and Cesaro might go again with the Hardys, and then the Hardys will probably win that. Sheamus and Cesaro might be on the back burner, and then by then the Revival will be coming back.
Because Revival comes back after Extreme Rules, just let you know. So they could appear at Great Balls of Fire if they wanted to,
or they might be facing them at Great Balls of Fire.
No, I personally see that because now that had you not brought them up, I totally forgot. I see that match happening at SummerSlam or Revival versus the Hardys. That's probably what's going to happen. It's so hard.
Yeah, it's hard to think about. But as I said, we'll see on Monday.
Yeah. The thing with these matches is that it also establishes like new feuds and stuff. When it's like these big multi-man matches, establishes new feuds to come out of this. So hopefully this transfers Gallus and Anderson out of Enzo and Casket's doing nothing. Maybe move on to Heath Slater and Rhino. That might be better for them.
I don't know. For some reason I feel like Slayer and Rhino might be falling off, but mainly because I feel like Rhino's about to probably play more of the backstage role like he was doing.
Yeah, I got you.
I feel like Slayer might be starting to go. It's a single like low mid tier, working his way up to mid tier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking tiers. I mean card. This is what happens when you're a fighting game fan. You going.
I know. I got you. Say
high tier, mid tier, low tier. So it's like, yeah.
I mean, but I was not expecting to spend that long. It's just again, hey, it's just there's so many possibilities. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're doing just again so many possibilities. But yeah, moving on to Cesaro and Sheamus. Baby Cameras came out. They cut a very good heel promo saying how again Sheamus. But he said, "Look, I never liked you guys. Pretty much saying I never liked you guys. Never did. I just put up with because with Cesaro. I'm just glad Cesaro brought out the guy that we needed to bring out because he said I already knew that we had it in him. So Cesaro again, he can play a heel quite well. And yeah, he was saying how they're the Hardys. They were just a novelty act, and they're just gonna put it to rest. Don't worry about the past or the future. Worry about the present, and we are the present. And again, we don't just raise the bar; we are the bar. Then the Hardys came out, and they pretty much said, "Hey, what you call it? We don't like what you did, and you're gonna get deleted."
You knocked my teeth out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because Jeff Hardy's teeth did get knocked out, and that was an interesting sight to see. And Matt Hardy was bleeding at the end of the match anyway, so they did quite a number on him. So they're gonna delete them. So yeah, I know you would think this would lead into a rematch, but again, Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose, I figured would be a rematch that never happened. So it's like I could see them ending. This could easily end off into something. It's so hard to decide what's gonna happen. Tag division is very interesting right now. With what they can do with it. So we'll see. Next week is gonna answer a lot of our questions next week. So final thoughts on this segment.
Like I said, pretty much I'm not trying to go right back to what I got finished talking about. Spend another 15 minutes on it, but like I said, for some reason I feel like that this feud is not over, and I feel like this Monday's match. But my thing, this Monday's match is going to continue said rivalry go forth. That's what I think.
My only thing is with the Golden Truth, they're using them for like there's more to it with the Golden Truth, because why use them as the scapegoat just to announce this? They're doing something important. I feel like it's going to be. Remember, even before this, at Payback, Golden Truth confronted the Hardy saying, "Hey, we want to be the next shot."
Yeah, that is the only thing that does get.
So it's like they're doing something with them.
But I feel like they have already invested with the storyline with the Hardys, and
I know.
Yeah, I feel like they already invested so much.
Hard
for them to just come in and be like, "Hey, we want to face y'all." All of a sudden, it's just like, "Yeah, we want to face you too. Just let us finish this one feud because I got my teeth kicked in by them. So let's finish this first, and then we'll talk." So, like I said,
these are situations where I love WWE because so many fucking unpredictabilities they can go about doing this. There's so many ways they can go about doing. Like next week's Raw, I'm already interested already, solely because of this tag team match, because I have no idea what the hell they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but moving on to Mr. Personality himself, Apollo Crews, versus I might add last week. I don't know if you saw Raw last week, but when Apollo Crews came out with Kurt Hawkins, you can hear crickets in the arena.
Yeah,
there was no react. It was bad. It was bad. I was laughing my ass off. It was.
I feel sorry for him because I've always been a fan of Apollo Crews, even when he was Yuhan Nation. I've really been a fan of him. I just feel like he came up
way too early. Yeah.
I feel like that because even when he was in NXT, he didn't get the chance. He had like 2 good matches on NXT.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like he didn't have enough.
You really didn't actually do, when you really think about it, what high profile feud. It was his debut, and when he fought Tyler Breeze. After that, that was it.
Yeah, but he had another match. I can't think of it. It was actually like a number 1 contendership.
Yeah, it was for Finn Balor. He fought Finn Balor.
Yeah, it was number 1 contendership match. Those were good matches. The Apollo Crews can have good matches, but I just feel like that y'all brought him up way too early, and y'all didn't give him a chance to give him a character and NXT. Like if you go into NXT, you look at like Ty Dillinger, who and I said it before, the wrestling didn't make Ty Dillinger. The gimmick did.
Yeah, the character.
Okay, I'm not saying Ty Dillinger is a awful wrestler, but his wrestling.
I do get exactly. I love Ty Dillinger to death. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's the greatest wrestler in the world.
Yeah, he's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but
his character. Yeah, the character is sold on me. That is solely because sometimes it just takes the character. Perfect example: Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is shit in the ring. It's just the character. It makes him who he is.
I even give you one better. As a fan as I am with Ultimate Warrior, The Ultimate Warrior is not the best fucking wrestler in the world. Okay,
Again, sometimes the character can sell you more than the actual
like
performance.
I've actually have said this. Like, listen, I'm a fan of Ultimate Warrior as far as the character is, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that his wrestling skills was phenomenal, because it really fucking wasn't when you kind of crack down to it. Like, the man Warrior was really known for just, hey, I can run across the ropes and shake the ropes and clothesline you, do a couple of big splashes. And I'm gonna get beat for like 5 minutes, have my paint peeled off. Then I'm gonna warrior up a little bit, do a couple of shoulder tackles, a couple of clotheslines, and then do my finish move, and that's the match. Like, he only had a couple of good matches, and most of those matches he was being carried. So.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to sit. So I'm not going to sit here and go, Warrior is the best wrestler of all time. No, his gimmick made him what he was. It's like Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger can wrestle. He can wrestle. He can wrestle real good. But what got him over was the gimmick. Yeah, no. Okay, and Apollo Crews didn't have enough time. Not saying he needs a gimmick, but he needs something. Because he doesn't have anything that will make me interested into watching him wrestle. Like, I know he's a good wrestler. He's an awesome wrestler. If you watch him in his Dragon Gate days and some of his PWG days, he can wrestle.
But he just has no personality. He has zero personality.
And I feel like the reason why he has no personality because they didn't give him time to make up personality. No. The only thing I know Apollo Crews from is the fact that him and Kalisto
were friends. That's it.
And Akira Tozawa are friends. That's the only thing I know about them.
Which I made at is hilarious because remember, Kalisto got thrown into a dumpster. Where the hell was Apollo Crews?
Yeah, well, probably off of the Titans brand somewhere. Probably got distracted.
Yeah, it's like, bro, that was Apollo Crews. That was your friend, Apollo. What happened? That dropped real quick. Apollo Crews, but but with Apollo Crews, Heath Slater, it was pretty much a squash match. With Heath Slater, he lost.
And another thing. So, what was the point of bringing Heath Slater back if it's going to use him as a very?
It's so sad because I know SmackDown. You see, SmackDown does wonders with people. The whole I enjoyed the whole story with Heath Slater, with him. Like getting his job, when he gets the job, he actually had to win. Like that made me care. You see, when David does stuff like that, it makes you care. The whole point of the tournament wasn't just to become the inaugural tag team champion, but it had a story behind it. And the story was Heath Slater. He has to win. Like the thing is, he has to become champion. That's the only way he can have a job. And I loved that. And it was perfect. And he went through the whole tournament. I mean, granted, it was mainly because of Rhino, but that was the whole point technically. But he won the tournament. He came to the inaugural tag team champion. It was so good. I love that story. It's like I never cheered for Heath Slater as much as I did in my entire life because like the story was so because the story because again, if they have a Vince McMahon again, as much as I disagree with all that he does, he says it. One thing he said on Stone Cold podcast, he hit it right in the nail. I love wrestling. I do. As a fan, I love wrestling till the day I die. If there's no story as to why I'm watching this match, if there's not a story behind it, I'm not going to give a shit. I'm not going to give a shit about it. You can have the best wrestler. For example, AJ Styles can face Shinsuke Nakamura right now. If there's not a story behind it, I'm probably not going to be invested I'm not going to be invested as much as I want to be in it. But it's like my point. So I will admit that he hit it right on nail. It has to be a story behind it. And that whole story of Heath Slater, it was a whole story behind it, and it sold perfectly for me. But right now with Apollo Crews, I know I get what they're trying to do. I think what they're using Titus O'Neil for him. Because I don't know if you read this. Apparently, WWE is giving up on Titus O'Neil as a wrestler. They're gonna move him into a manager position.
I feel like the only reason why they're giving up on him as a wrestler because he really did not recover well with
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon. He really did not recover well from that, and whatever run he had, and he actually had a small little thing. Granted, it was with Darren
There
Young.
you know. I know he was tag team champions before. I
But
know.
yeah, but like, but even when that happened, when the infamous touch happened, he had a small
Thing with
little
Rusev.
thing. Yeah, a small thing with Rusev or whatever. That was okay, but it wasn't enough to be like, okay, yeah, I care about watching this match or whatever. But he had something. You saw him on TV.
Exactly.
Then he touched Vince McMahon. Then he got suspended for damn near a year or whatever. I mean, well, that wasn't a year, but he got suspended to a point where
Well,
he
he
missed
missed all. He
WrestleMania.
missed the. Oh yeah, he missed all of WrestleMania.
Yeah, he missed all WrestleMania. Then,
I'll tell you, it was from February all the way to late May.
yeah, so like, so there was that. I think around that time, it's like Vince is like, I can't fire you, but I'm gonna not make you wrestle for a good while or whatever,
Exactly.
or you're going to be doing
Jack shit
superstars
or main event. You're
or
like
main
main event
event
type.
for like the rest of your life because you even though I mean, look, I know what he did. The reason why he did it was because he just wanted to, hey, let the person go first. All right, fine, but as I joke around with friends,
I always make the joke because again, Mr. Man was like the slave master and he touched him.
yeah, exactly. It's like when it was
I always make that joke. I was like, yeah,
it was a white
he was
person.
like, why does this nigger touch me?
Yeah,
Yeah, like why did this nigger touch me? Who is
who's
this
this?
guy?
Who is this nigga? Who just touched me?
And that's all I know. That's all I make a joke about. That's pretty much it.
No,
I mean,
it's
yeah.
weird to joke like that, but let's be serious for a second. If it was anybody else, it probably would
Oh,
have
it would have
gotten
been
this
nothing.
far.
Nothing. There would have been nothing.
It,
There would have been nothing.
and he wasn't even and he's not even a high class Negro. He's like one of the low class Negroes.
I know. And it's so sad too. It was like again, I know we're Titus O'Neil, but hey, at least Titus O'Neil again, despite he is actually a funny person. I enjoy it. Despite I enjoy the Titus brand because I get it. It's hilarious. Like I don't know if you saw those like back before like last year and then like those whole Titus brand things with him like doing those press conferences at the end of the show. It was hilarious. It was like even though it was on YouTube, it was like it was actually on part of the show, but it was on YouTube. They were hilarious. Like nobody shows up. Tom Phillips was the only one answering questions and shit. It was funny. So I was like, I get it. See, I can get behind gimmicks as joke gear, even though they're jokes. If it's funny, it's funny. To me, I found it hilarious. So they like do something tight to nil. But yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just gonna use him as a manager for Apollo Crews, I guess. So I could see that happening.
I mean, that whoever gets him on TV just as long.
And hey, gives Apollo Crews another fucking depth and a character that he fucking needs because he has no.
I got this thing feeling
character.
I got this thing feeling he's gonna fuck this up too.
Yeah, or maybe hell, this might be just a freaking ruse and Titus O'Neil betrays and we get that huge payoff at SummerSlam. Apollo Crews versus Titus O'Neil. So yeah, I know.
I know you like to think far ahead as far as booking. I don't think they're gonna give that to him. Maybe in the 2K games.
Yeah, that shit ain't happening. Never. That shit ain't never happening. But moving on. Kurt, I love this segment too because I think this is the best way they could go about it. Kurt Angle came out. And he talked about the whole Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns situation. The best thing they could have possibly done was keep them both. They didn't keep Braun Strowman off, but they kept Roman Reigns off. That was the best thing they could have possibly done because you can't tell me Roman Reigns recovered after what happened after Payback. Like this, like you can't tell me. Sit here.
Yeah, but at the same time, and some people, like, all right, for instance, Vince Russo. I don't listen to Vince Russo because he's a dick.
Nah.
But I've read some things about. He felt like that Braun Strowman should have been on TV. And I'm like, listen, I understand that, yes, he's a monster. And he's been pushing him as a monster and blah, 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 blah. But listen, did you not hear what they said when he said Braun Strowman has a torn rotator's cuff?
Exactly. Yeah, because
This is
again,
yes, it's the kayfabe thing because I don't think he really has one, but he has to sell it because did we not see how he cycle crushed that damn door?
yeah, I know. Like he literally took. I don't know. I think people are underlining that fact. He took a ambulance door off, like off his hinge,
Yeah,
just by
like
pure force alone, body force
he's
alone.
hurt. He's legit hurt. Okay,
I know.
If he's trying to play hurt. Okay, so maybe the best thing to do to sell it is to say he hurts from doing this, so he's going to be out for a week or so. He's not going to be like Roman Reigns, who's going to come back because Roman Reigns pretty much died back in Payback. Back in Payback with the cough of blood and anything like that. But he's also is just as injured as Roman Reigns. A rotator cuff hurts just as much as a busted rib. Okay, I
Exactly.
can't move my arm. So I'm not going to sit here and go and wrestle somebody with a rotator cuff injury. I don't care if you're a monster or not. Okay, like I push me to the fucking moons being this monster. If I'm supposed to be if I'm supposed to be I have a rotator cuff injury, I'm going to sell this rotator cuff injury as if I'm hurt. Okay, so maybe I should
Exactly.
probably not show up on TV this week due to the fact that I hurt my arm. Common
Exactly. I mean,
sense.
exactly.
If people like Vince Russo should know these things of selling, if you want to sell this, saying I don't care, like I don't care how much of a monster you are. A rotator cuff injury is a rotator cuff injury, and if I gotta sell it, I'm going to sell it. So, do I expect him to be on Raw Monday? Maybe. Just to say I just happen to heal or
I
whatever.
expect. I actually don't expect them to be on Raw. I expect them to be like a backstage interview because again, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 weeks as of next week's Raw. They have 4 weeks to build to Extreme Rules. So knowing them, they'll probably keep them off for another week just to.
All right, and I won't be mad about that because it's a rotator cuff injury that he has to sell.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's give the man a couple of weeks off or whatever to say I have to sell this rotator cuff. I mean, I don't even really think that he's actually on the European. That's another thing. They're in Europe now.
Yeah, I know. No, they're there actually.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm talking about as far as Raw and SmackDown. They're finishing up. They're finishing up. I think Raw, SmackDown, and Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live is going to be overseas. The only thing that they're not doing is NXT because NXT we already have that tape as you already know. But most of the NXT people are home, and they also filmed the UK John tonight as
Yeah.
well
Oh,
too.
yeah, I am looking forward to that. The United Kingdom.
Yeah. So, but Raw and SmackDown and 205 Live is in the UK. And as far as pictures that I've seen, I haven't seen anything about Braun Strowman being there or Roman Reigns being there.
Well, no, because they're not actually. So I've read it. They're not actually matches. They're just doing promos and stuff. And Roman Reigns put him through a table again. It's pretty much situation. Braun Strowman came out. So Braun Strowman, I read one earlier today. Actually, I can just pull it up right now.
Oh, okay, I mean, what I saw, I didn't see him doing any matches.
So no, they happened. It just happened.
Okay.
Before them. So what happened was it was Tug versus Jordan Devlin, and then no contest was Braun Strowman interfered in the match and took both guys out. Roman Reigns entered the arena and they both had a fight. Ends with Roman Reigns spearing Braun through the table. So it just So they're not actually in matches. They're just like in a little promo.
Even then, I don't see.
No, but I do get but trust me, I do get your point though. I do get your point. How like them gonna be on Raw or just doing anything. What you call it? I think they realized they don't actually have to do now Braun Strowman again is must-see TV, and Roman Reigns again, despite people hating his guts, he draws ratings. So they don't actually have to make them fight. Just them appearing or even a mention of their names will bring people in. So it's like they realize they're in a situation where, oh yeah, we don't have to actually make these people actually wrestle or do shit until actual pay-per-view, which more people probably look into because, oh yeah, they're actually gonna wrestle again. I think they reached that point where it's like, okay, yeah, we have something here on our hands. So yeah, but I do get your point though with Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns. I would not be shocked to not appear for another 2 weeks. Braun Strowman will appear. Him and Roman Reigns had to appear before Extreme Rules because even though they're not official, it's not official. The rumored match is an ambulance match.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, and I can see that happening, but like I said, it's the fact that you gotta sell the injury, and for someone like Vince Russo, who I don't expect anything from, to be honest, but think about it for a second, Vince. If a monster, I don't care how much of a monster you is, if you just got told, hey, you gotta sell this injury, you're gonna sell the injury. Okay? So shut the fuck up.
I got you. But yeah, Kurt Angle, he was just talking about how they're not finished, and Bray Wyatt came out. Bray Wyatt doing his Bray Wyatt thing, just talking, and we really don't know what he means.
And premonitioning.
Yeah, and he was saying how, like, will you help me and like do my mission? Kurt Angle pretty much had no idea what the hell you're talking about, but just know I'm the GM and you're not gonna do shit while I'm here. He said, this is my show. And Bray Wyatt said a perfect good line. He said, this may be your show, but you need to understand this is my world. And I love that line, and it just disappears. So I actually like that. Bray Wyatt. Again, Bray Wyatt is actually being important here, despite, sadly, he might lose this feud, but we'll talk about that. Actually, I don't think he will lose this feud. People think he will. I don't think he will. And I'll explain later. But moving on to the Cruiserweights. Again, Austin Aries versus TJ Perkins. Very good match. It made TJ Perkins look like a big deal. And Austin Aries again is showing why he is the best. Austin Aries is one of the best cruiserweights in the roster. Austin Aries did win, however, TJ Perkins did injure. I wouldn't say injured him, but he did mess up his knee pretty badly.
Yeah.
After the match, he kept attacking his knee because Neville did tell him to solve the problem.
Yeah, they wouldn't match to solve the problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's just solve the problem with Austin Aries because he kept saying if Austin Aries is still in the way, you never become number one contender. So I guess he pretty much saw that problem because Austin Aries was even on 205 Live this past Tuesday. So that actually did help. So what is your thoughts on it?
Pretty much like what you said. Like, he didn't have to win the match. He just had to take out the problem. But the question is now, where does it go from here?
I think what's going to happen is next week on Raw, TJ Perkins is going to say, hey, since I took him out, give me my rematch. He was like, okay, I'll give you your rematch Extreme Rules. Next week later, Austin Aries coming back. He was saying, I'm still owed a rematch. It comes into a triple threat at Extreme Rules. I think that's.
I can see that.
What if there's a stipulation to it? I don't know. I say this could be the perfect opportunity to let it be a ladder match, and I guarantee you that match will steal the show. A ladder match, but I feel like they're gonna give the ladder match to The Miz and Dean Ambrose. I feel like they're gonna get if there is a ladder match. I don't know if there will be or not. It could be a ladder match because I know Extreme Rules is always an iffy pay-per-view where they don't.
I kind of have a when we get to that point. I kind of have a thing. I'll say when we get later on.
Okay, yeah, it's just Extreme Rules. They just have an issue with whether or not they want the ladder match and stuff on Extreme Rules because they know there's another pay-per-view called TLC that it has those matches. So I know they try go away from doing like the ladder match and stuff, but sometimes it can't be avoided. But yeah, moving on to the main event. Miz, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. Match of the night, hands down. By God, I was on the edge of my seat with this match. I really thought Seth Rollins had it. He pretty much was stealing the show. Seth Rollins, he was the MVP of this match, hands down. He was pretty much just pulling it. He was doing everything he had. And I love this because it it establishes multiple feuds in this match because Seth Rollins, I thought he was gonna win, and Samoa Joe came out of nowhere and he did his freaking what the hell is it called? I don't know what it's called. Something Samoan something, but and he took out Seth Rollins, so he cost Rollins the match, and Finn Balor he was gonna do Create Gross on the Miz, and then Bray Wyatt came out. And he cost Finn Balor the match too. So we established both Seth Rollins and Samoa Joe are still not over, and established Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt was hitting that a few weeks ago anyway. So Miz won, and now we officially know it'll be the Miz and Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental title. Whether it takes place at Extreme Rules, we don't know. More than likely that's the case, but we just know he's number one contender, and that ended off Raw. What were your thoughts on that?
That match was a really amazing match.
Yeah.
And I knew everything. I kind of had a feeling what was going to go down. But the sad part is, in my opinion, is that we have to deal with Miz versus Ambrose again on Raw. Not saying they can't put on good matches, but we had to deal with it back in Smackdown for like what 3-4 pay-per-views almost. And here
the difference was now they could tell a different story. The story behind that one was the Miz with Miz and Dean Ambrose. It was more about Renee Young and stuff. He had Renee Young involved. Now Renee Young is not involved in this situation now, so they could tell a different story. And the story they're trying to tell here is that how the Miz doesn't want Dean Ambrose is Intercontinental champion. Again, he takes prestige off it. He's lazy and incompetent. And I'm thinking in my head, because again, along with the United States title, they also made a new design for the Intercontinental title. I think the best way to present this is for the Miz to beat Dean Ambrose, and then his Q saying, since Dean Ambrose held his title, I don't want this title anymore. And they're going to reveal the new Intercontinental title. Which is funny because when Dean Ambrose went on SmackDown, when Dean Ambrose made the offer mark saying, hey, I want a new title because the Miz ruined all the champagne, I figured that was going to be their way of introducing the new Intercontinental title. They didn't. But now on the flip side on Raw, they had the opportunity, if the Miz beat Dean Ambrose, he can say, I don't want it anymore because he disgraced this title, so he has a new title for the Intercontinental title. So that's one way for them to establish the new Intercontinental title for that one. But yeah, that's just me. So what are your thoughts on no, go ahead.
I'm saying I just feel like that this now new rivalry has to be a little more fresh than just wacky create Deadpool Dean versus Miz, and even though it's true, I kind of hate the fact that he keeps rubbing it in the face of I brought the Intercontinental Championship for what was prestige, because technically he's right, but technically he's also wrong in my opinion, because I feel like the only reason why you did that is because you took it from Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder should have been champion for a little longer than a day.
Okay. Well, you have to remember the only reason why Zack Ryder was even in that situation because Neville got injured.
Yeah,
so
I know, but even then, it's just like, maybe.
I do get your point, though. I do get your point.
So but you had to keep up, because even then, okay, if you bringing in prestige to the title, how many times have you lost that title?
Exactly.
To Ambrose and to Ziggler and stuff like that. To put yourself into that, and then when you think about it, you're the king of the mid cards for Raw, or back then SmackDown. If you're the champion, we all know Intercontinental belt kind of just means mid card champion, and at the same time, once again, I'm going to show my age again. Being an Intercontinental champion, even not only did that mean that you were the champion in the mid card level, but that also meant that in some way you can challenge the heavyweight title holder anytime you want to. Ultimate Warrior did this. Macho Man has done this. Ricky Steamboat has done this. You know, and so forth and so forth. From where, yes, I might be holding this belt and everything, but I think with a little more time, I can go ahead and challenge for the heavyweight title sometime down the road and whatnot. As long as Miz and as long as Ambrose and as long as Ziggler has held their belts, they have not took the opportunity to do it. I mean, even Mr. Perfect did it. Even Bret Hart has done it, where it was like, hey, you know what? We're gonna take on the heavyweight title one couple of times. You know, Mr. Perfect did it in the house show. He lost to the champion. You know, Bret Hart has done it. He won, or he lost, or whatever. Shawn Michaels has done it. We already saw who that go. I think Razor probably done it, but I could be wrong about that. But you see what I'm saying? Like, even though this Intercontinental belt is the mid card championship, it also kind of means that you're one step closer to challenge for the heavyweight title. Now, granted, there is no Universal Champion involved for the time being because he's stuck on his mountain. Whatever.
I know, just do whatever on his range and shit.
Yeah, but other than that, is the fact of if y'all gonna win this, if y'all gonna make this prestige title, I feel like the Miz and or Ambrose should go further than just making it just prestige. I think that one of these days it should be like, listen, I'm the Intercontinental Champion, and I want to challenge you for your belt. One of these days. Being if it
seems like that's what the Miz. Yeah, well, I think that's what Miz again. I think that's what the Miz is trying to accomplish here. He's trying to accomplish this. It's weird because he's the heel, but he's trying to accomplish the fact that screw. Well, he kind of did it on Raw when you think about it. He said F Brock. He didn't even mention Brock Lesnar. He could have gave two shits about it. All he cared about was the Intercontinental title. And he could have gave two shits about what the hell Finn Balor and Seth Rollins thought about it. All he wanted was the Intercontinental title. He could care less, but it's almost as if Universal title is just an afterthought to him.
Yeah.
It's good in my opinion because that actually makes, again, the Intercontinental title more important. The fact that once you start to even care enough to even mention the Universal title, which you would think that's where he wants to go after, he rather care about the Intercontinental title. That really says a lot. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, again, I do get what you're saying. I get to the point that even like the world champion may one day say, hey, I want that title. I can actually see that happening on SmackDown, which we'll get into. Okay, again, I have a bunch of theories of what's happening there on the SmackDown brand. But yeah, any final thoughts before we actually move on?
No, that's pretty much it. I feel like it was a good Raw pay-per-view to kind of wash away what Payback was. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the best one, but that match, the last match, was good enough to make you forget about the House of Horrors match.
Yeah, you get a House of Horrors match again. Really brought down the show for me, but I feel like this Raw made up for a Payback, in my opinion. But moving to SmackDown, since they didn't have a pay-per-view, they would just continue to. The only main thing from Payback was Chris Jericho. He beat Kevin Owens, so he is now officially on SmackDown. So he kicked off pretty much man, introduced Chris Jericho to the SmackDown roster. Jericho saying thank you, saying you this opportunity. Then AJ Styles came out. He was saying how he is now, because technically, as of this moment, it was going to be Chris Jericho versus AJ Styles for the United States title at Payback. I mean, at Backlash, since the stipulation was whoever was the United States champion will face AJ Styles at Backlash. So right now, as far as we knew, it's going to be these two. And Kevin Owens came out and was saying, no, I still get my rematch tonight, which they did advertise as the main event, was Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens one more time for the United States title. And then AJ, again, to forget what he did last week, which he popped a powerbombed Styles. AJ attacked Kevin Owens, and they had a brawl. And Shane Man officially banned AJ from ringside, so he wouldn't interfere. So we have a definitive winner between Chris Jericho and AJ Styles. How did you feel about that match? I mean, how you feel about the opening segment?
it was actually interesting because and I'm trying to. There's one thing I'm a little confused about right now. Is about AJ. Are you a face or you a heel?
I know the way he was talking, it sounded like he was a heel, but he is
Because
clearly a face. He's clearly a face.
yeah, because he's a face, but he's still acting like the cocky. I'm the face that I'm the face that brings the people here to watch, stuff
Exactly.
like that. Like he's still in that cocky mode, but he's facing heel wrestlers at the same time. So
So you
it's
have to
like,
assume he would be a face. You have to assume he would be.
yeah. So I'm like, where are you right now? Like that would be my only complaint. Other than that, go wait to tomorrow SmackDown.
Yeah, and again,
It starts to answer questions. It's like, all right, so what are we going to do here? Jericho's on SmackDown now. We thought Jericho was going to be leaving. What's going on? So that was a good way to start it.
yeah, and again, well, I'll say my thoughts on the United States title at the end since that was the main event. But yeah, good opener. Kevin Owens again. I was afraid. One thing I was afraid of is that they would completely drop the face of America gimmick. Because after Payback, I know what the hell was happening. But yeah, I'm glad that they didn't because again, I feel like Kevin Owens can do wonders with that gimmick. Because this is actually the first time like Kevin Owens actually has like a gimmick going on here.
Well, I mean,
I want to see.
Raw, he had the Kevin Owens show. He just
So,
wasn't.
well, that's just his moniker. That's just his moniker, in my opinion.
Well,
I get.
but apparently something that they was going to do, and he didn't. And he didn't end up not doing.
Yeah.
Was they also wanted him to actually have a Kevin Owens show segment, kind of like how he used to do. With I don't know if you saw any like the Pro Wrestling Gorilla stuff or some of the high spot things, but he used to have an actual shoot interview show called the Kevin Steen Show, and most of the time it will be with the Young Bucks because he's actually really good friends with the Young Bucks. But he used to have other people. He had Samoa Joe in there. It used to actually be on YouTube, but they started taking them down. So to find them, it's like very rare unless you actually buy the DVDs and stuff like that. But he used to have these small. It used to be like an hour or so interview segments of saying, this is the Kevin Steen show and stuff like that. So they was actually going to make him have a Kevin Owens show sort of like that. Except they kind of realized we have too many interview shows with Jericho, with Miz TV, the Asylum, and stuff like that. They didn't want to keep making anniversary shows. I mean, not anniversary shows. I'm sorry, I don't know what anniversary came from. They didn't want to have too many talk shows of stuff like that. So they kind of scrapped that idea, but they made him keep the Kevin Owens show saying, be the fact that hey, this is my show. I'm running this. Like the whole Monday Night Raw thing, the Kevin Owens show. That was his thing and everything because he feels like that. This is my show. I'm the champion. That's how I'm running. So it was going. That's how they were. That's what they kept it with. Now this whole new face of America thing, I like it. I don't think that rumor of the reason why he's making wear a suit is because because doesn't like Vince McMahon's not liking his physique, even though we all know Kevin.
Yeah, I know that's bullshit. Like,
yeah,
I
don't believe that anyway because if that was the case, you would have seen it sooner than later.
Okay, I like it. I didn't mean to cut you off and say I just love it because he's a freaking the whole point is he looks like a Republican in the suit. He does like Republican fine layers and just the whole
even though he hates Republicans if you follow his Twitter.
I just love that and just the fact that again face of America despite the fact that he's Canadian. I think that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, but it works.
Yeah, and that's my point. I think Kevin Owens can pull it. That's why I said I was afraid that he was going to like they were just going to kill off the gimmick. But I want to see where this goes. But yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to point that out.
No. I was pretty much done with my statement.
Okay. So moving on to Jinder Mahal and Sami Zayn. Pretty much Sami Zayn getting his revenge after the fact that the Singh brothers screwed him over. And again, second time, Singh brothers screwed him over again because Jinder Mahal was able to get the win. And again, one thing I want to point out in the beginning of the show, Jinder Mahal was taking pictures with the World Heavyweight title, and took it back. He took it back. He was saying, "Yeah, I find that hilarious." So he take pictures. I mean, I like this. He's very confident. He was saying, "Hey, because I already take pictures because that backlash is going to be mine anyway." And I do like that. I do like that. Shane Man did say, "Yeah, I'm just going to bring it back to his rightful owner." The weirdest thing is Randy Orton did not appear at all. So I have to assume, did he give him back the title or what? Because Randy Orton had no appearance whatsoever in the show.
He probably going to give it back to him, as far as I know. Well, I mean, he's on the tour. Actually, he is on tour, and I did see him with the belt.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say.
Now, the one thing I've actually noticed, I've noticed the difference between live shows and actual TV shows is most of the time storylines don't follow too. They don't follow too close and whatnot. So for all we know, Shane McMahon didn't give him the belt back storyline wise, but I've seen pictures where Randy Orton does have the belt again.
I mean, I would have to assume because, like, again, like I'm pretty sure the lot of crowd like to know that he got his fucking title back since they said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, that's the second time Sami Zayn got screwed. But however, this doesn't take away from the fact that last week on Talking Smack, Baron Corbin beat the crap out of him, and the only reason why he wasn't here because he pushed the referee. And I do like the fact that Baron Corbin was aware of his actions because the way he was like looking at the referee, he was like holding his like, oh shit. I do like the fact that he's not like he's aware of what he did and he got suspended for it. So I'm assuming that's Sami Zayn's next feud, but they had to play out the fact that he got suspended for a week. So he at least finished. Sami Zayn can finish what he was doing, Jinder Mahal, and yeah. But in terms of Jinder Mahal, again, I'm trying to wrap my head around this fact. Did you read up on it? And I do understand why. This is the reason why they're doing this. Because I do like it. They're experimenting with stuff. If you read up, they said one of the main reasons why they're allowing this match to happen is because, again, pay-per-views, then they're not worth $60 anymore. They're only worth $10.
Yeah.
Had this been a $60 pay-per-view, I don't think nobody would care. It would be Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. But since this is $9.99 a month,
I heard about that. I don't think that, because if that's the case, that all their pay-per-views for the past 2 years
would have been garbage. Probably
would have been garbage, because I mean, even WrestleMania. Because come on, I can watch WrestleMania for $10. Since when can I fucking watch WrestleMania for $10?
Exactly right. I definitely think I don't agree with that either. I feel like there's just experimenting.
I mean, the only way I can see something like that is because being the fact that he's on a lower card, not a lower card, but he's on a lower end pay-per-view. Like, I mean, you're not going to see Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Okay, let's not expect that. But we got Jinder Mahal versus. But we should be happy that we got Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. Period.
Exactly, because again, I feel like what they're doing with Smackdown is like Davies experiments. What would actually work? Will this actually work? Because if you already noticed, like we pretty much already had like the next plans for like the next 2 months. Because again, Rusev, he announced last week that he would not appear for SmackDown unless he's guaranteed a World Championship match at Money in the Bank. So we pretty much already have our match at Money in the Bank too. Is he going to be Jinder versus Rusev or Randy Orton versus Rusev
Of course, I think
for the
it's gonna
title?
be. I really think it's gonna be Orton versus Rusev. I really don't see. I really don't see Randy Orton.
What I see
Losing.
happening, is Rusev versus, I mean, Randy Orton versus Jinder Backlash. Randy's gonna win. Rusev versus Orton at Money in the Bank. Orton's gonna win again. However, Jinder Mahal can get involved, which will lead to a triple threat at Battleground between the three. And Randy Orton's gonna retain again. Then at SummerSlam, it's gonna be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Randy Orton for the title. I see that happening.
Yeah, because I see SummerSlam being a bit draw and they will probably do it. But if they're going to do it, they need to hurry up and do it now because
Exactly.
they're slowly building up Nakamura versus Ziggler, which I
Yeah,
think which is going to be a good match. But I feel like that if y'all going to make him go up there with Randy Orton or whatever, they're going to have to hurry up and do it sooner than later because who you have? You have Ziggler, his Nets, um, his Nets thing, and then SummerSlam. So
yeah.
you're going if this is what you're going to do, if this is the plan that you want, you're going to have to hurry up.
Exactly. Yeah. But moving on, we have Ty Dillinger.
Hold on for that. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick.
All right. Well, I'll just say
Keep
this
talking.
part. I'll just give you. I'll just wait and just give your thoughts. It was Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English for Ty Dillinger versus English, just regular match. I'm glad that this actually happened because Ty Dillinger was off of Smackdown completely last week. So I'm glad he actually showed up. It's pretty much a rematch from the last time they fought. Ty Dillinger beat English. The key thing to note here was English actually got very upset at the end of the match. Now, there's a bunch of speculation on why this happened. I originally thought this was just a new character for Ada English, which was going to be interesting, say at least. Like, he's just a drama queen. Like, if he loses a match, he can get very upset and just throw a fit. And at backstage, Chris Jericho wrote on the list. But apparently, what really happened was they did this just to poke fun of Minoru Ronaldo. It's just a joke for him. I don't think WWE's that petty because they just pretty much reached a settlement with him. With him and Minoru Ronaldo. So I don't think that's actually the case. I don't believe they actually did that, but I want to wait for Ron to give his thoughts. So I just pretty much summed up Ty Dillinger versus English. Basically, Ty Dillinger won. The main real thing is what happened after the match with English throwing a fit. And there's a lot of speculation on what they did this. I pretty much think it's a character change, but I know there's another reason why they did this. The rumor with Minoru Ronaldo, there's make poking fun of that. So what do you think?
I've heard about that. I wouldn't put it beneath them to do that, to be honest. But what I think might happen, as far as Aiden English is concerned, I think they might turn him. It was a little far fetched, but hey, WWE here. I think they might turn him into the Phantom of the Opera type character. Kind of like what he did with that one guy for NXT. Remember him?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
about. But because of the fact of he's this guy that can sing, and he's a singer, and but he keeps getting interrupted, or he feel like that his talents is not good enough, and blah 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 blah. And I feel like he might turn Phantom of the Opera. That's what I think what might happen. But I also did hear that rumor that he that this is somewhere of a poke of Morrow, and if that's true, that's really fucking petty.
It really is, yeah.
But the thing is, I actually don't. I won't say I've they've known to done petty stuff like this before, as far as poking fun and a former employee and whatnot.
Yeah.
And if this rumor is true, then that's low of you because number one, and this is a technical thing here. Number one, he can sue because even though he doesn't necessarily work for the WWE, he still
He's
gets
still on a
paid by the
contract.
WWE. Yeah, he's
I
still
know
under contract.
exactly.
Okay, so you're making fun of a man who's still under contract, and he can easily just say, "Hey, guys, now I'm still under contract for another couple months. I can sue y'all
And
easily."
it's weird. That's why I don't really believe
Yeah,
in that fucking
I mean, like I said,
petty
I wouldn't put it
past them. Yeah,
past
I
them because
wouldn't.
they've done stuff like this before. But I'm just
And it's
saying, like,
exactly.
like
And you would think that
it's
they want to do this so they could blow off the heat with JBL because remember those fire JBL chants were happening
which is
for a
still
few
going
weeks.
on, really.
Exactly. So it's like I would like to think that they would want to get past this. So I wouldn't want them to think they would do it so they could bring up the conversation again.
Yeah, but like I said, I wouldn't put that past them. To be honest,
Yeah,
um,
you're right. But yeah.
as far as but I think that's what he might do with him. I think later on down the line, he's going to become like the sad clown, and then it might be Phantom of the Opera. That probably
I hope
go
they
anywhere.
do something with Aiden because he's very good. I don't think like they're just gonna write him off of like just job. I think they're actually gonna do something with him.
Oh yeah,
Because again,
he's real good.
SmackDown, they actually do something with their stars. So I would like to think they're gonna do something with him. So yeah, we have to wait to see. They showed a promo to New Day because again they're coming. We just have to wait. Then we move on to the tag team match. Now originally this was supposed to be Carmella and Natalya versus Naomi and Charlotte, but they took out Charlotte backstage. So for the longest part of the match, Naomi was pretty much it was 2-on-1 situation. Charlotte eventually came out and she tried helping Naomi, but it didn't matter because pretty much Carmella was able to get the win. Yeah, Carmella was able to get the win off of Naomi. So that's the key thing to know here. Carmella actually pinned the women's champion. So that might lead, and Talk Smack was saying at it, they might lead to eventual title match between Naomi and Carmella, which should be interesting because again, Jay Meliverse is the key factor here. But at the end of the match, they were now. You see, it's sad because my whole theory was I find it ironic how Tamina was the only person not attacking Naomi, and sadly, she broke. As soon as I tweeted that out during SmackDown, she attacked Naomi. I was like, well, fuck it, there goes my theory of why she won't attack Naomi because they're family. But shit, that's ruined it for me. But then Becky Lynch came out because before early in the show, Becky Lynch debating whether or not to join the welcome. I don't know why the fuck they're calling them that. The welcome committee.
Because
To join them or not.
Because the beautiful people was already taken.
Fucking God. It's just fucking hell.
It can. I think that the welcoming community can actually work. It can,
yes.
because when you think about it, I mean, it's tough. Like, where are the people you're going to see first? You know, like, and it's like if you get past us, you know, then you're fine. But we're the ones that's you gotta get past. You know, the welcoming community. So I actually do like that. You know, just.
I mean, yeah,
I kind of wish it wasn't. I kind of wanted Tamina to go on her own for a little bit, but
yeah, I know now she's relegated back to a freaking stable. It's fucking
yeah.
It's like nothing changed for her being out this whole time. But yeah, I will admit they we had me for a second. I actually thought, what you call it? I actually thought she was going to turn heel. I actually thought that. They actually did for one time.
I personally didn't think she was going to do it. And the main reason, can't stand James Ellsworth. And
that's true. That's why.
And the funny thing with that is, the one thing I do like is when sometimes with certain people, um the the continue the it continues on past TV. Like
Oh yeah, on Twitter. Yes, yes.
yes, like we might like we might. Sorry, I just saw something funny. Um, we might hate each other on TV, but family wise, like otherwise we actually are pretty cool. Whatever. James Ellsworth can sit here, go for days and days, and be like, "All right, here's another perfect day." Except the fact I gotta see, what's his face later on. I can't think of her name. I haven't brain for her name. We just got finished talking about her.
Becky.
Not
Oh,
Becky.
Becky.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah, but yeah, it's like he'll go off and say, "Oh, wonderful day here at Disney World." Except I saw
Becky. Yeah, I know they're
that
playing it
Becky's
off. Yeah, they're
here
playing off the
or
story, which
whatever.
I do
So
enjoy.
yeah, so you know, I knew for the instant that she's not going to be on that team because she has to deal with
The
Ellsworth.
fucking
And
James
Ellsworth,
Ellsworth.
yeah, no, and she doesn't like Ellsworth. So I knew that wasn't going to happen.
I mean, again, they had me for a second, but yeah. So now I know eventually. Like I said, I feel like what's going to happen at Backlash is going to be just 6-man, 6-woman tag. Is going to be Carmella, Natalia, and Tamina versus Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky. How did I forget Becky?
We both forget
Yo,
his name because you know what it
she's
is.
my,
I think
she's
him
my favorite
barely.
women's superstar.
I
She's my
keep saying
favorite
barely
women's
because
superstar.
B.
Like, how the fuck did I forget her name? Shit, because I don't. I could see. I can't see him doing a fucking 6-pack challenge again for the fucking title. There's too many fucking 6-pack challenges for the women's title. But I can see it being a triple. It's an interesting scenario that I go about. I don't see it being a multi-man women's match for this. I can just see it at back just a simple 6-man tag. It doesn't have to be sometimes not every PC. What the thing they do not understand, not every pay-per-view has to have a title match. So I can see them not evolving the title in this. Like not all the titles have to be defended on at a single pay-per-view. They don't have to do that. So what I can see them doing is just simply just doing a 6-man 6-woman tag between the three. So that could work. Yeah, I could see that happening. Or what they could do, I could see Naomi versus Carmella, and I could see Charlotte versus Natalia. I can see that happening.
Yeah. The one thing I would say is I'm actually surprised that they're actually keeping Charlotte more of a They're not. They didn't. The one thing I was afraid that they was going to do, they didn't give Charlotte the championship.
Yes, I was expecting that myself.
You know, like right away. And if they would have done that, they would have been like that. Probably would have taken me off. It's like they don't really have to just give it to her. Like they still earn it a little more, but I like the fact that they're keeping her away from it and actually letting Naomi actually taking a run with this. You know, because I let her be a champion for a little while. She's actually a good champion. No,
Yeah, yeah. So like, give her the opportunity. Just give her the opportunity. I feel like she can hold on the title for a while, a very long time, and I can see her holding on past SummerSlam actually.
Yeah,
and then Charlotte will take it from her, and they go about doing it like that. But yeah. Moving on though, Dolph Ziggler versus Sin Cara. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like Sin Cara's outfit. It was weird, but I actually do like the whole blue shit that he's going on with there. But other than that, yeah.
you say that. I say that he looked like he went to West Coast Customs.
Yeah, you did say that on Twitter. Yeah, you did say that. I actually do like it though. It's different. He has a full body suit now, so that's interesting. You know, he's still a jobber. It doesn't change the fact you're a jobber, but at least you're doing something different. But yeah, pretty much what happened here was I found hilarious because backstage, Dolph Ziggler, he was watching the TV with a bunch of random ass people talk about how look Shinsuke Nakamura, he's already a big deal. He hasn't wrestled one match yet. And Shane Man said, okay, but you'd have to prove yourself too as well. And he's like, okay, I'll do it with Sin Cara. Out of everybody on the roster, you want to prove yourself against Sin Cara like he has anything going for him. I just found it hilarious.
Well, look, he has to show off his new skin that he won
Yeah.
Overwatch. So,
Yeah, it was just hilarious to me. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler would be. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Sin Cara actually put up a fight. He actually was pulling off some stuff. He almost botched suicide dive because I see his rope got caught up in the top rope for a second.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not. This is where I'm not. I've been seeing this for almost 5 years at this point from Sin Cara. So I'm not actually surprised. Yeah. It's just I find it hilarious. So Dolph Ziggler won. Obviously, it's not official. We know it's going to eventually lead to Dolph Ziggler versus Shinsuke Nakamura in his main roster debut match at
Also,
Backlash.
I need to put my
Yeah. So any thoughts before we move on?
Yeah. My volume's on mute now. I really didn't care for this match because we already knew Dolph Ziggler was going to win.
Yeah.
Then Cara with his West Coast Customs body paint on. And this ain't the first one. I've seen that he's been wearing a whole bunch of others.
Oh yeah, during the live events. I know. Again, I love his outfits, but again, he's just a jobber. His outfits looks cool though. I'm not gonna pretend like they're not.
Well, look, you only got a bunch of money from WrestleMania. What are you gonna spend it on? So
yeah, can't deny with you there. Yeah, I can't argue with that. But before we move on to the main event, I do want to point, it happened quickly. The best segment of the night, in my opinion, the Fashion Files. I loved it.
Okay, you had to explain it to me because when this happened, I actually went to the bathroom. There was like,
oh my god, it was beautiful.
Sentence, and then because I don't watch. Okay, the way I watch my wrestling is that I actually stream it on a website. I'm not going to mention the website, but I'll show you about that later. And I actually, so by the time I came back, it was already done and over with. But I saw people was talking about it in the chat room. Even though I really try not to follow the chat because it's toxic as fuck. But I saw people talking about it. I was like, Fashion File, what the fuck going on? So I was beautiful. I was actually trying to look for it when you upload it on YouTube or something like that, and you haven't done it yet. So.
It's weird. Basically, what happened was pretty much just like a parody off of Law and Order, but it was so beautiful. Because basically, Fandango, Tyler Breeze was writing up a report. He was saying, "Man, I'm just trying to get this report done." I guess he was writing up the fact that they won the beat the clock challenge, and on the back, the funniest part to me was just the back poster. Cause like they had like this crime scene, basically, like they're playing out the crime scene. It had all the tag teams on there. Mm-hmm. And it's like the Ascension, they haven't seen them for like missing for weeks or whatever. I find that hilarious. And it's like they had the Colognes, whatever, American Alpha, something over there, and the main people was the Usos, and they said so we had to investigate on them. So and they said the next stop is back. The main, pretty much the like state. What is it called? The bus. The bus is at Backlash. Yeah, and they posted on it for the tag team titles. I feel like this is gonna be a weekly thing leading us back. It was beautiful.
All right, so it's again a weekly
thing, yeah, leading up to it. It was good. I really it was that did it for me. That was a segment of the night. Not matching like obviously, which is main event in my opinion, but yeah, that was hilarious. Again, I'm not gonna lie when Tyler Breeze and Fandango first came to team, I was like, that was the worst thing ever. You're holding back Tyler Breeze. But after this, this really did it for me. I'm glad they're a team because to be fair, if they weren't a team, they would be doing nothing right now. So at least they're doing something. And now they're in the number one contenders for the tag team title. So let's see where that leads. But that was, again, if you can look up the segment, it was really good. It was really funny and good. It was just like getting the difference was the wall, just all the stuff. They said like the Ascension was missing. It was hilarious. And then we move on to the main event, which was the Intercontinental United States. Again, even though last week they stopped because they had favored the women's match, the United States title was the main event of the show. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho one more time for the United States Championship. Match of the night, in my opinion. They really outdid themselves. I feel like this match was way better in Payback just because the story they was trying to tell here. Basically, Kevin Owens, he injured his finger at Payback.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole him holding the finger with the rope thing wasn't going to cut it anymore. So Kevin Owens instead attacked at Chris Jericho's head during the show. So, and I liked how he sold it too, because Chris Jericho, he did the what was it? Was it the code breaker? He did the code breaker. From what I remember, he did the code breaker, and Kevin Owens kicked out. All Kevin Owens had to do is, since he attacked the head so much, he just simply just did one kick to the head, and it did it for him because he was able to do the pop up power bomb, and it was 1, 2, 3 after that. And I do like, those little details. I did like that because it showed that it actually it meant something. Kevin Owens injuring a part of the body actually meant something. So Kevin Owens is a 2-time United States champion. We had us all fooled. We all thought it was gonna be Payback, but they able to extend it for 2 more days. So they ruined my predictions. Yeah. So after the match, people was looking on checking up on Chris Jericho, and Kevin Owens continues to beat him. And I think what did it again, maybe I'm just looking way too into it. When Kevin Owens went for the second, he tried to do second pop power bomb after the match. Before he did it, he said, "He was never my friend." And when he tried to go to the ropes, Chris Jericho fell out. To me, I love that because it's like, again, it brings up the fact that he betrayed him the first time. And it just, I don't know, maybe just me looking too much into that part, but I feel like that was a notch of fact that he betrayed him at the Festival of Friendship. So Chris Jericho just fell out after that. But and then when we thought it was over again, Chris Jericho was trying to walk out. Ken Owens came back again, and
Owens pretty much pulled up on Strowman.
Yes, get out of He should. Somebody should just play the audio back. I'm not finished with you.
I'm not finished with you yet.
Yes, and it was like, I just love that.
I'm legit. But side note, I'm actually legit afraid. Like, I should make that into like a ringtone, as far as like my alarm tone, so I can wake. So I could wake up to that, so I could be so alert.
Again, like that. Again, if that's not Braun Strowman's shirt, his next shirt, it's a missed opportunity.
I can just jump. I'll jump up as just scared as hell. Like, oh god, it's just a dream. But then after a while, I might have a heart attack, and then.
It's just and then at the end, Kendall's got a chair, he put Chris Jericho's neck into, and he pretty much shoved him into the ring post, and it injured Chris Jericho's neck, and he was badly injured. Obviously, he's not really injured. This was just a way to write him off because we all knew that's why he figured out Payback.
This is pretty much
supposed to go to Fozzy, and now this was his way out.
This is pretty much the how I like to compare it to Dragon Ball Z or anime in general. It's pretty much the way of like, not only did I defeat you, but now I have to kill you and send you to the other dimension, which is what he did. He pretty much sent him to. Well, no, I won't say it like that. He's just hurt. So Jericho hasn't been sent to another dimension, but he's probably in that chamber where Vegeta and Goku are, so they can sit in there for a couple of days or whatever, or weeks or months, so he can heal before he has to come back. That's how I look at it. Other than that, this is the way that Jericho goes off. Because the last time he went off, if I can remember, I think it was with Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. Randy Orton punted him in the head, and that was the last we saw of him on that run.
Exactly. I remember. Yeah.
So and they took it as if he's injured to the point that
he can't come back. He's gone for 2 years. He was gone for 2 years.
Yeah. So here we are with this one. It's like
his best run, in my opinion.
Yeah, his best run. And the fact that Kevin Owens injured him to the point that
he's going now.
He's going now. So somehow, and he can't use the Dragon Balls anymore because he already used the Roman Reigns.
Exactly. There you're right. Yeah. Now, before we end off on SmackDown again, I just want to bring up what I feel like is happening here. I have two theories going on what they're doing with the United States title. One theory is, again, they're just trying to bring back prestige that it once had. So they're making it the main focus of all the shows for SmackDown and whatever. But another thing that popped up into my head, I think WWE acknowledges the fact that the world title match is less important than the United States title match. Again, let's look at the people. Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal for the WWE title, and AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the United States title. Which one sounds more appealing to you?
Yes, and I see exactly what you're saying.
And yeah.
Now, with that said, we have to see a Payback. Oh, I'm not Payback of Backlash.
I would not be shocked.
I'm
about to say I would not be shocked if the United States title closes the show. And if it does, I'm calling it right now. That's when they reveal. Because they said this seems like it is a marquee match. This is the first time that the United States title will main event a show. So here's the new belt design for the United States title, which, again, I'm pretty sure they want to get that belt design out the way. So here's a new belt design for the United States title. So, yeah, I would not be shocked if that closes the show.
But at the same time, the reason why I have mixed feelings about that is because even though it's Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, it's still Randy Orton.
I know.
And Randy Orton
is still one of the biggest superstars. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I know that. I'm looking at a perspective from like.
I mean, yeah, I understand exactly.
In terms of like trying to sell this. Like so if you was a hardcore, it's like if you haven't watched WWE in a while and you was a hardcore wrestling fan, I told you this pay-per-view coming up called Backlash. They had Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE title. You know who Randy Orton is, and you probably don't know who Jinder Mahal is, but you also know who AJ Styles and Kevin Owens is. Yeah. Not telling you what title it was for. What match would you rather see? Not knowing what the title was for. You want to see AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. That's my point.
And I feel like that match will be match of the night.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Just because. But the only thing that I feel like might stop him is because of the fact of it's Randy Orton's name, his namesake.
Exactly. His name sells itself. I know.
Like, so I'm not saying AJ Styles' name doesn't sell. Not saying
I know
that Kevin Owens' name doesn't sell. But at the same time, it's the fact of Randy Orton is Randy Orton. He can sit there and argue the fact of I'm more of a main eventer than AJ Styles and Kevin Owens are because of the fact that he's been there longer, as far as like how long you've been in WWE versus how long you've been wrestling, blah blah blah. I can see that being the argument of why Randy Orton will be closing because it's Randy Orton. Like I feel like if it wasn't anyone else. Anything like that, then your argument will be a little more valid. But I feel like the only reason why Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal will close is because it's Randy Orton,
and it's for the WWE title.
It's for the WWE title, and not only that, the bonus because Randy Orton will get a bonus.
Main event the show, I know.
Main event the show. If they was to give the main events to AJ and Kevin Owens, that's taking out Randy Orton's pocket.
Oh, yeah, I know, and he would not want that. I know.
Yeah, he would not want that because I saw like the What Culture list of like how much money people are
top 10. Home. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything like that. Randy Orton is on that list. I forgot where he is on that list, but he's on that list.
And so is AJ Styles too.
Yeah, so is AJ Styles, but but at the same time, but I think Randy Orton's a little higher than AJ Styles and everything. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if they was going to do that to Randy Orton, they would have to pay him a little more to say, hey, let AJ and Kevin go on last, and we'll give you a little bit extra on your thing. Same thing with Jinder Mahal, because I'm pretty sure Jinder Mahal is looking at this as, hey,
this
this
is
is
a
my
big pay.
yeah, this is
This is
gonna
a
be a
big
big
payday
payday for
for
him.
him.
Win or lose, this is gonna be a big
I
payday
know.
for him.
He main evented the show, so yeah, that's a big payday for him.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, he's gonna take this to stride, and to probably find out that because I mean, let's face it, his payout with WrestleMania ain't gonna look like shit, ain't gonna be shit compared to what he's gonna get for Backlash.
Exactly. Yeah. I do agree with that. It's just going to be very interesting to see which one actually. Well, leading up to it, we'll probably have a definitive
Yeah, we
answer
probably
leading up to Backlash. Which one will actually close the show? I think it might be Styles and Owens. I know I understand all the sense in the world why it would be Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal just because it's the world title, and I do firmly believe if you're a world champion, you have the right to close the show. So, any pay per view.
but then
So
again,
it's like,
but that said, hey, but with that said, you know, Taker and Owens didn't close the show. I mean, Taker and
Taker
Owens.
because well, that's a completely different issue. Because if this was Undertaker's last match, I would like to think that he would be the last one to close the show too. I would like to think that.
Yeah,
And
but not only that, but
no,
everybody else agreed that
that makes the most sense.
yeah.
Yeah, so I would and yeah. And so that's a whole completely different. I'm saying, but if you're a champion on like a regular B-list pay-per-view, I would like to think you would be closing the show as champion. But hey,
We'll see.
I mean, this would be the first. Again, this would be the first time. Hell, it happened recently. Hell in a Cell. Charlotte and Sasha Banks closed the show. So
Yeah,
this wouldn't be the first time that a world title match would not close the show for the pay-per-view. So
and not only that, just the countless times that Lesnar has held the belts,
and they were without a champion. I know.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, this wouldn't be the first time. So it pays to see. Now I'm looking at the time. I know because we did start late, so I'm looking at the time. Did you watch 205 Live NXT?
I did. But remember, I don't watch NXT because
okay. So we can just breeze through
now.
205. Okay, so we'll breeze through 205. We'll probably wrap this up like 5 minutes. TJ Perkins and Lindsay Dorado. Nothing not really important. TJP won. This really didn't mean anything.
I'm actually surprised Lindsay Dorado's still around.
Yes, because again, him like Grand Metalik, they're relegated to main event for some odd reason. They're on main event every week, and it's weird.
Also,
yeah.
Lindsay Dorado's from Camden. I didn't know that.
Me either. I thought he was from me being racist. I thought he was from Mexico, but
yeah, from Camden.
Yeah, I had no idea. Drew. Now I would like to talk about this for a second. Drew Gulak versus Mustafa Ali. I was not expecting Drew Gulak to win at all. I thought this was gonna be just Mustafa Ali's way to get revenge. I was not expecting that.
At the same time, and the one I have been keeping track of some of the things. I like the gimmick of.
Oh yeah, I love it too. Yeah, I'm not lying.
No high
flying. Yeah, it's beautiful. Now again, this is just me being just a freaking mark for whoever. I feel like this will eventually lead. Think about it. Who is the biggest high flyer besides Mustafa Ali on the roster? Grand Metalik. Grand Metalik. This is gonna lead. This is gonna lead to Drew. Hey, this is what out. This is just me being just out there, but this means Grand Metalik coming back on TV. So be it. I will take it. I can see it. Because he was saying, I was going to establish a no high flying zone, and pretty much all the other cruiserweights, minus like Rich Swann and like Neville and them, like they're pretty much grounded in terms of what they do in the ring. The rest of them, besides those two names I just said, Grand Metalik is the only other one that literally is all about high flying. So I could see Grand Metalik getting involved. Hey, I'll take whatever as long as it gets Grand Metalik back on TV. I don't care. I will take it. But moving on to the main event. Now, I've been saying for weeks upon weeks upon weeks, because this is apparently the blow-off match. I've been saying at least have this have purpose. So it was Noam Dar versus Rich Swann. I've been saying from the very beginning, for their final match in the feud, let this be a number one contenders match. Okay, at least this whole shit with Alicia Fox and bullshit. At least let it have a purpose. and let them get something out of this, and let them everyone become the number one contender for the cruiserweight title. Now, I'm not saying Austin Aries immediately drops out of the situation. I'm saying it just becomes a future. They have a future shot at the cruiserweight title. Yeah, let this would have worked. And again, I predicted it was going to be Noam Dar. I was like, this would have been perfect because then Noam Dar could either face Austin Aries or Neville. It would have been an interesting situation. But Noam Dar won. But at the end of the match, and he won clean, by the way, so I am happy about that. So it shows that Noam Dar didn't have to cheat or whatever to relegate him to actually win a big match like this. Alicia Fox came out, and it seemed like they're back together. So what was the point? Hey, what was the point in all of this?
I guess it's just
I've been trying to. I would again. This is why I'm afraid with the tag team turmoil. I said there's a reason behind everything. This I don't know what happened. At least now because last week they broke up, or 2 weeks ago they broke up, and now they're back together. Just what? It's like this has to end. I get the whole reason. I mean, I get the main reason why they don't know what they're doing because Cedric Alexander got injured, so it threw a wrench in that storyline, and I understand that. But there's a way to get out of a situation here. There's gonna be again the way they could have done it. Y'all had the key thing. Y'all took Alicia Fox out of the situation. That was good. All you had to do to finish it was just make this match have a purpose, and the winner becomes number one contender for the cruiserweight title. That would have ended the feud on a good note. And I could look back on this feud saying, this feud actually meant something. The past 5 months of being relegated to this bullshit, this actually meant something. So, and now hey, I could be wrong. Next week they could pull one big one on me. But as of right now, this is apparently the blow-off match between Rich Swann and Noam Dar. What the fuck? But yeah, any thoughts on that before we
Yeah, pretty much it was all good until that part happened.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The match itself, I love the match. It was good. I love
the matches are fine, but
it was just again, it's just the issue with 205 in general. They have great matches. The stories, besides Austin Aries and Neville, in my opinion, the story. And with Drew Gulak, they're doing something different. It's just this whole Alicia Fox fucking story. It's just
just leave Alicia Fox out of this completely. Let her do what she does on there.
And it's just I don't. It's weird because on Raw she was on there acting like she had nothing, like she wasn't doing anything on 205. Like that's the weirdest thing to me. She was on Raw acting like, oh yeah, I'm still Raw. I mean, remember I'm still a women's wrestler on Raw. Yes, I remember. So why the hell are you on 205 Live? It doesn't make any sense. Now, I know you didn't watch NXT, so I'm just going to just quickly summarize what important happened. Killing Dane, Danny Burch, Killing Dane won. Nothing important there. They did a promo package with Roderick Strong, which to this day I find hilarious that y'all took months to tell us give this guy a backstory. Took you
also
5 months.
And also, I will say this about Roderick Strong. He's probably gonna be breaking because he just had his kid not too long ago.
Oh yeah, I see that, man.
So I mean, these are all taped, but actually before.
Oh yeah, I know. This was taped months. Yeah,
and everything.
I do.
But at the same time, NXT Universe should know who Roderick Strong is already.
Exactly. So that is, I find it. I guess for the casual, again, I don't know what they were thinking. They're not kidding themselves that people who watch NXT are some casual fans. Let's not kid ourselves here. The people who watch NXT are the hardcore marks or whatever. So to pretend like we don't know who Roderick Strong is kind of stupid. So I don't know why we needed this. We know who he is. I guess it gives another depth to his character, so we know his backstory, which I guess is a good thing. But it's just
that's about it because
we didn't personally need to know who the hell he was, but
or just most of the time when it comes to shows like this. They're also testing you as far as how can you cut a promo WWE wise. We all know Roderick Strong can probably cut a promo, but can you cut a WWE style promo?
Exactly. No, you're right. I mean,
and they do have their testing things at the Performance Center, but now here's your actual test to actually be on camera in front of an audience instead of having a tape thing, then watching it back and tell you what you had to do to change. This is not your actual test being in front of the audience on TV and whatever, and see how that goes. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, well, leading up to Brock Strong's not done with the show at the moment because Heavy Machinery before you know Heavy Machinery defeated some two jobbers, but after the match they said that they want to face the Art of Pain because technically they never fought them before, so we don't know what's happening there. Then DIY backstage said, "Hey, the line goes behind us," so they still are owed a one-on-one rematch against the Authors of Pain. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. Reeves, Tommy won. Just showing again that he was off from injury. He still got it. After the match, I forgot it was either after or before. I don't really remember. When Regal was talking to Byru, saying how next week it will be Daily Time versus Roderick Strong. The winner. Oh, it was hilarious. The one thing I would point out was hilarious though. After the segment with Roderick Strong, when Regal and Byru was looking at it backstage, and William Regal was like, "Hey, this was very good video, don't you think?" And Byru was like, "Oh yeah." He wasn't even paying attention. He was on his phone. I found it hilarious. But Roderick Strong versus Daily Tommy next week. The winner becomes number one contender for the NXT Championship for TakeOver Chicago. So that's happening next week. And then move on to the Women's Battle Royal to determine number one contenders for the women's title. So the match ended in no contest because the last three people was Nikki Cross, Ruby Riott, and Ember Moon. Asuka came out and she attacked all three of them, resulting in a no contest, which that never happened before in the Battle Royal before, but we're not going to talk about that. When was there ever disqualification in the Battle Royal? I don't remember, but we're not going to talk about that part.
I did. Yeah. And I did see the little clip video that William Regal did. Pretty much saying,
I did. Yeah.
You're going to face all three of them.
And now, as of right now, it is supposedly supposed to be all three of them. But if you noticed during the episode, when Asuka threw Ember Moon, she really did hit her arm hard on that side rail outside, and it's been reported for weeks now. Again, NXT is taped like a month in advance. She injured herself, and it seems like I read this new report today that it seems like they're not advertising. I'm looking at them right now. She's still advertised for TakeOver Chicago, but it seems like they're not like locally in the Chicago area. She's not advertised. It's just simply Asuka versus Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross in a triple threat. So.
Oh, I feel like that it'll probably be one of those things of game time decision because this has been a month.
Yeah, that's why I said so. I would like to think that she's healed now,
or maybe they're playing it off as the same industry. She comes back. Half mast, then that's how she wins the match because it's like a surprise, thinking that Asuka thinking, "Oh, okay, I don't have to deal with her," but then she comes back. But
exactly.
But other than that, it's a month. It's a month from that happening. The arm injury wasn't career-ending. She didn't have to have any surgery. They're probably just letting her not do anything. As far pretty much how they did with Seth Rollins, in my opinion, how Seth have to pretty much he hurt himself again, but not as bad as what they're trying to lead off as.
Exactly.
And then they'll just play it in the storyline wise.
No, you're right. So I would like to think that a month later she should be good because she hasn't wrestled live events since then. I would like to think that given a month's time, she should have been healed up. Hopefully she is healed up, and we have that fatal 4-way match. And that wraps up NXT, and that pretty much wraps up our show. Before we go, however, I would like to just do this quick thing just to introduce a new segment on our podcast, just do something a little bit different. Future predictions. So for this week, since we usually only do this at the end of the week, what do you think is going to happen during this week, either Raw, SmackDown, 205 NXT? What do you think one thing is going to happen during this week?
I feel like we already really we really said it. I think that Sheamus, since is always gonna win tag team turmoil, I we're going to see the beginnings of the feud between Bray and Finn, which I'm actually looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
I really am looking forward to this. I want to see where you're going to go. Especially since Bray doesn't have anybody in the family to help out. Everyone in the
Anymore.
family
Exactly. This is all him.
this is all him, and which I kind of feel like this is how it should have been in the first place. But it always seems like that somehow, some way, the family just have it pop up out of nowhere. It's like
Exactly.
I saw like a funny comment of I didn't ask you to be here. Like, how did you come here? I didn't ask you to be here. I kind of want to do this on my own. Um, let's see. Another thing I want to see how with the Samoa Joe, um, Seth Rollins goes on. I guess Miz and Ambrose. See how far that goes. The one thing I will say is this: Raw is going to be interesting because they're in the UK.
Yes, United Kingdom.
We all know how UK fans are.
All right, so it's gonna be, it's gonna be taped, but it should be interesting.
It's going to be taped, but
Nonetheless.
even if it's going to be taped, it means the fact that they're not going to.
Which is why I don't think Roman Reigns is gonna show up this week. That would be stupid of them to do that because they know the reaction he's gonna get.
Oh my God, he's the
Roof, that was they know the reaction.
The proverbial roof will blow off the place. It will be an understatement, but
exactly.
But being to the fact, and like even though it's taped, they don't have enough time to edit it out anything, and I've noticed that because it is taped. The only reason why it's taped is because 8 o'clock here is 12 o'clock there, but it's only a certain. By the time they're done taping, they have to pretty much edit out what they can as far as commercials, and then they have to show it in America at the time that they slated to show it at. So they don't have enough time to edit stuff, other than like a few curse words or whatever. But as far as like, hey, pipe down this boo here, add more chairs there, they're not going to do that. No, they're going to show the tape right then and there. So
exactly.
So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So for me, my predictions are for the tag team turmoil. It's a long shot. I think Gallows and Anderson are going to win. I do think the Golden Truth are going to turn heel. I just feel like that's going to happen. Because, again, I find it hard to believe that they've been showing them on TV at all for the past 2 weeks, and there's nothing's going to come about it. So
I feel like remember the first time they got shown on TV was them getting prison raped by.
Well, yeah, that's my point. That's what I said. I would like to think. I would like to think they're doing something with that. So with that being said, I don't think they're going to win, but I think they're somehow going to turn heel, maybe against Enzo and Cass. Like after, so I feel like what's going to happen after they lose the match, like say they lose against Enzo and Cass, they're going to attack them. So it's going to give Gallows and Anderson the win, like a pinfall against them or something along the lines of that.
Or maybe R-Truth or Goldust might split.
True, but who would care though?
No one.
That's
at least we get rid of something like that.
If they fucking Golden Truth, it's funny because it's like they say it's like we asked for the Golden Truth. No, we didn't.
Also, we'll continue because I have one last thing I have to say. I wanted your opinion on it, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, with that, I expect again, I'm holding my guns, Gallows Anderson. We'll see next week of whether or not who was right or not. I still think Gallows Anderson is gonna win, but what else? I feel like for the first time in over a year, I feel like with Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, he might show signs of the demon. Finn Balor. I feel like Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, they're gonna announce their match at Extreme Rules, and I feel like it's going to be like the Extreme Rules match. It's gonna be an actual Extreme Rules match. I feel like they're also gonna announce the triple threat between Austin Aries, TJ Perkins, and Neville for the Cruiserweight title. I don't know if it's gonna be stipulation or not, and I think it's going to be a triple threat at Extreme Rules. Now, I think it's going to be a fatal 4-way at Extreme Rules between Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. Those are my predictions. So now, what were you gonna say?
All right. On the scale of 1 to 10, how much did you think Booker T was going to slap the bullshit out of Michael Cole?
Oh my god, yes, that was beautiful. So for you guys who missed it, there was a smart comment from Michael Cole when he was saying how
Not just a smart comment. This has been all night. Okay, this legit have been all night. It started earlier, but one of the things that I caught on that really got to me, he called him GI Bro. For
yes,
those who don't know, GI Bro was a gimmick. For some reason, Booker T thought it was a good idea because WCW. One thing that they don't talk about with WCW was the wacky later year WCW,
yeah,
where we decided to bring in Master P and the No Limit Soldiers, and Insane Clown Posse and all these other people, like the Misfits, who was a heavy metal group. Oh, and Kiss. Remember, they had the Kiss Demon as a wrestler. Um, and they had to do all these wacky things. This is like when WCW pretty much was dying.
I know.
One of the things that they had was Booker T. He was a No Limit Soldier, and he changed himself from Booker T to GI Bro because that was a thing. You can look it up on
Jesus
YouTube. I
Christ.
really would recommend it, but
I would not be shocked. I would not. Well, here's another prediction. I would not be shocked that for this week's Raw, Corey Graves is in the middle of the
the commentary is even fucking Booker T all the way down here and Cole right
yeah,
here.
Mike on the other side, and Corey Graves is in the middle. That would be hilarious.
Because Booker T,
yeah,
I think that last joke that Michael Cole said to him was probably the final straw to where Booker T was legit going to just smack him.
like screw this shit, right?
Like I'm going to smack the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did completely forgot about that. But you bring it up, yeah, that was hilarious.
Like that was like all night. I think that was the last straw. Like, I don't really have to be here. They could find somebody else. I can risk hitting you. Thinking, do I have to pay major bills? Do I have to owe anybody money? I just want to make sure so when I get fired, I get to have the money I have and live off that because I'm just to smack the fuck out of Michael Cole right now.
You just say fucking just slap the shit out of him. That's it. Yeah, that was hilarious though. But before we exit, anything you want to plug before any final thoughts basically before we get out of here?
I really don't have anything other than the fact that I'm tired and I need to go eat dinner before I go to bed because I do have work.
No problem. Yeah, me either. I have to go to work at 7 to 3 shift, motherfucker. Yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you like today's podcast, make sure to leave a comment, like and subscribe. And as always, this is Creator and Ron signing off. Catch you guys later. See ya.
Nice one, everyone.